All right, welcome to the Sae Bae cast number 163 with King Condor for your second appearance. How we doing today?
Doing very good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm
That's good.
excited.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited. I just took a nap, so like I'm feeling refreshed and energized. Poured myself a Monster Ultra, trying to keep track of my or not really trying to keep track of my calories, but just try not to drink the excess sugar. I'd rather have the chemicals.
Yeah, well, I mean, I try to avoid energy drinks as much as I can, but it doesn't help when I'm drinking Sprite, or Pepsi Max 20 minutes out of getting out of bed. But excuse
Wait,
me, you know
wait,
me.
wait. So you just don't drink energy drinks, but you'll drink soda.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to drink energy drinks, but I don't actually. I, I can't tell you why because I mean, I can't be like, oh, they're not good for you because I mean, I'm drink again. I've got a Sprite right now, and it's 9:24 in the morning. I just got out of bed, so it's not really a good excuse. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so
I've
it's
just
just
got bad habits, dude.
yeah, no, that's fair. It's yeah, it's just interesting. But yeah, I mean that's good, I guess. I think energy drinks can be pretty bad. I remember hearing a story of West Ham. What did West Ham used to drink like 8 monsters a day or something in his like peak
That's
degeneracy?
that is incredible. I don't
Yeah,
know how your heart doesn't give out after
yeah.
that. Like I'll probably have like one or two Red Bulls. I struggle to go through a big can of Red Bull sometimes. Like I don't know why. I think it's more the taste than like the effect it has on me. But I just like build my philosophy off of. I used to work with this guy, and we used to like carpool together to work. He would have like a big can of Red Bull, smoke a bunch of cigarettes, have like a coffee, like a Darrast coffee, and just all these deep fried Chico rolls and shit in the morning.
Yeah.
So I just base my philosophy off if he's still alive today, I
Mhm.
should be fine with what I put in my body because like that is nothing compared to what the fuck he does. So
That's great,
it's
great.
the
Yeah.
logic is, you know,
Hey, it's a philosophy at the end of the day.
yeah,
You got to do what you got to do. Like so, if it's
that's
just
it.
comparing yourself to the absolute worst, then yeah, that's what you got to do.
Oh, hold on 2 seconds. Sorry.
You're good.
Holy shit, I'm so sorry about that.
You're good. What?
I heard something like blowing up in my house.
Oh God.
I left my phone. I turned all my alarms off because I was meant to get up a little later than this, but I left my phone downstairs and it was just
Oh.
screaming at me. Fuck. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. I'll put that in the edits. You're totally
Yeah,
fine.
that's all good. Um, fuck. Man, I'm out of breath running up and down that staircase, dude.
Just gonna randomly clip and you're out of breath. Like what happened? There's been a lot going on lately. I don't know if you've noticed on Twitter. Have you?
Yes, I've fucking noticed. All right, yeah, that's
It's just-
I. It's just non-stop, man. It does not fucking stop. There's always
yeah.
something going on, and there's always something for people to complain about, whether it's about the game or the people playing the game. It's I feel like it's getting. I don't know if it's getting worse or if it's just becoming more consistent. Just controversial topics, and
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess you could argue drama as well. But
yeah, like there's the drama. I mean, obviously there's what happened to Defy, which is a different category entirely, just
yes,
horrifying.
that's yeah, that
But
is yeah.
in regards to lighter things, relatively, it feels like well, one the community just it's like it's human. Um, what am I trying to say? Behavior. There's another word I'm thinking of, but it's natural for us to be like prone to drama. Like we want something spicy going on like immediately, and you notice the community will just literally have nothing to do with it, but they'll give their hot take and they'll give
Oh,
whatever like whatever to boost the algorithm to make something entertaining for the day or the week. Just like okay, let's something happened.
yeah.
This isn't a massive deal, but we're gonna make it a massive deal because we're so goddamn bored. We're just at our computers
Well,
all day.
that's
So
it. Any opportunity to just even goof on someone and post a meme, like people are going to take it and run with it, aren't they? It's
yeah,
just funny. It's easy to make fun of people and put others down,
yeah.
especially when
No,
like their flaws are exposed. It's completely fucking normal. Like,
it's weird. It's weird, like
yeah,
the internet compared to real life. Like for many of us, real life interactions are few and far between. But
hmm
like when you're online so much, it almost starts feeling like, oh, this is just how people are. Like you run into someone who's like, what can we argue about? Like, what can we just like yell at each other about and disagree about? But like once you turn off the screens, go outside, you're like, oh shit, like people are actually just normal and like
Yeah, well, that's
pleasant.
the thing, right? Because in person, there's a physical confrontations as well that don't take place online. So people are just more likely to pop off and speak their mind online a lot of the time,
Yeah,
which just
that's
like boils down into more controversy and more drama and more shit that people have to deal with.
yeah, no, that's yeah, that's it's crazy. It's sometimes I it just sucks because like there are times I want to take a Twitter cleanse and I just want to like get off and I'm just like Jesus Christ, like this is just too much. But then I'm like, oh, I got to post my cast. I got to get I got to get the Twitter topics. I still want to be up to date on things. I want to,
Yeah,
but yeah, but I
I'm with you on that one for
yeah.
sure. I don't like Twitter
It's
at
so
all.
bad nowadays, dude. It's
Yeah,
so bad.
I've never been a fan of it, but the more I've been doing content creation, the more I've realized that if I'm not on Twitter, even just looking,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because especially now that I've created this, I'm basically the guy that talks about the drama and the controversy
Mm-hmm.
in the RuneScape community, right? I have people come into my stream, like at least if there's the slightest bit of controversy, whether it's on Reddit or whatever, people will come and ask for my opinion and want me to look at it. So if I'm not on Twitter, I don't see it, and I'm just sitting here for half an hour on stream wondering what the fuck's going on, going through everything. It's just easier to stay on top of it if
Yeah.
I can see it unfolding. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the people on Twitter, just um, they make me just want to suck start a shotgun sometimes. Hey, like some of the shit you read is just fucking. It is, yeah. But I can't blame them as well, right? Because I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not perfect either, but shit,
Yeah.
it's just yeah,
It's part of your platform. I mean, it's part of mine as well. Like I've been kind of like a little bit more chill on the rambles lately. I haven't really been posting them as much, but I need to be
yeah,
up to date. And people literally come into my stream and expect me to just know like what's happening with this update, what's
yeah,
happening there, and it's kind of embarrassing when I just don't know. So I kind of have to. So what exactly transpired with the whole? It's actually funny. I just mentioned West Ham earlier. I did. This was not on purpose. I
mm.
swear it was actually just he would drank a bunch of monsters back then. But what exactly happened with the whole Scotizo West Ham situation? Because you know me, I feel like most people understand. Like I don't get myself involved in this drama and stuff for the most part.
yeah,
I'm like a lot of people, probably vast majority are silent observers. We're just like standing in the background, like okay, like interesting. I'm not liking anything. I'm not reposting anything. I'm
yeah,
just observing, and I always have to like kind of formulate my opinions. I don't want to give like a inappropriate sort of like jab immediately if I don't know like the whole story and stuff. So yeah, what
yeah.
can we just get like a TLDR or something? Like what exactly happened last week?
Um, so to the best of my knowledge, what seemed to have happened was that someone who I was told it originally was West Ham, but it was not. So I made that mistake on on Twitter. Had paid for Scottizo to go to Australia, which she's been wanting to do for fucking ages now. And she was apparently dating West Ham at the time. They had been for a while. I don't know how many people knew about that. I don't follow that scene, so I wasn't really aware of it. But she went over there and basically cheated on him with these guys that she went to stay with. Um, that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of what went down, I guess, between them publicly, because he then posted about it because she was like, "Oh, happy Valentine's Day, you whores," and he was just like, "She just went over to Australia to cheat on me like twice," and everyone's just like, "What the fuck?"
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Being a controversial topic, of course, I'm going to look at it. Like, if you make something public on Twitter, you can't really complain if people talk about it, right? Like, I don't think there's a big difference between people tweeting about it, goofing on her, and absolutely fucking slamming her and her image on Twitter, and then me making a video on the situation talking about it. Like, we're all giving our opinion. It's just a different platform. Yeah, you can argue I'm like profiting off of it because it's building my platform, and like if there's ad revenue and stuff that can come along with it. But I don't think that's really the main point. So I think I'm well within my rights to pull up the video and talk about it. The ironic part about it is that I called this happening like last year with the Golden Gnome situation that went down, where I saw her on the Golden Gnomes and I said, she's only been streaming like 3 months. Like in a year's time, she might not even fucking be here. Like, why would you nominate someone who hasn't really shown that they're here for the community and been around that long? And what do you know? A year later, she's literally fucking gone. You know?
Yeah. Holy shit.
And her image, her like online persona, is. I apologize to the RuneScape community, but it is literally my fault. She has a place in this community because it all started. She started out with the name Hyper on YouTube, just chatting away. And I mean, I've had numerous messages from people who she used to be in a clan with before she was active in the RuneScape community, telling me like, dude, you have no idea. Like, she's burnt so many relationships trying to get to a position that she's in today, just by like basically homie hopping through communities and clout chasing. And that's pretty much what happened. It just started out with someone in my community, and then she started doing artwork for me, and we were like, we had a bit of a friendship going on. So I was paying her to do artwork for me. She designed some merch, did some thumbnails, and was trying to help me to learn Blender, but I can't get my head around Blender. I just gave up. Like, I'll just pay someone for it if I really need it done. And then she would like start coming to my streams and ask. She's like, "Oh, if you like the thumbnail, guys, you can just you can PayPal me." And I was just like, "Bitch, I fucking pay you for the artwork. Don't come to my stream and ask my chatters for money as well. Like, what are you doing?" Like, and she's done this numerous times. Like, there started to be like a bit of conflict between her and some of my other mods because she was modding my chat at the time.
What do you even say? Like, that's wait. She was a mod and doing that. Jesus, God.
Yeah. She was a mod in my chat when like the artwork stuff started. So, and it just became like a
so awkward.
It started to become the hyper show. Like, it was all about her, and it like anyone made a comment, she was really condescending towards other chatters and other mods. And it just started to, like, people were like, dude, if she's here, I don't want to be part of the community. And then I ended up, like, we ended up having a falling out, mostly over behavior like that. And yeah, she then started to, like, 'cause throughout the whole time of doing the artwork, I was helping her build, like, an image on Twitter with it, which is, well, you know, she's posting her artwork. I'm telling people to go check it out. I'm promoting it and making sure that, you know, people can see it, because that's what you kind of do when you got people helping you out, right? It's I think it's a fair thing to do.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just became like, sorry, Cerberus is fucking killing me. It kind of just became like once everyone else started seeing her artwork, and because obviously, like, people thought she was pretty cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
People found her attractive. People start messaging her like, insert content creator's name here. I either start following her or whatever, and then she's like, "Oh wow, look at this," and she starts weaseling away into other people's DMs and bragging about it. I have a couple of friends that she was talking to. She was going to their Twitch chats then, and getting drunk and getting on their streams and whatever. And it started to form a pattern where she would start asking their chat for money and start doing artwork for them, and kind of just starting to trash my name. Like, I had to like confront people like Jake C at once and be like, wondering why I was banned in his chat, and she was like fucking just rambling on about how I'm such a bad person and doing all these bad things. So I'm like, dude, none of this is fucking real. Like, I've got people from the base team I've barely fucking spoken to badmouthing me on their streams for no reason, which it's all fine. Like, it's all settled. There was no like beef between like me and Jake C, for example. It was just like he's one of the examples I like to use, because it was kind of just like, I went to his chat, I was banned, and I sent him $1, and I was like, "Is there a reason why I'm banned?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, you're a degenerate, and when you like, you know, stop being an asshole, then I'll consider it." And I messaged him. I was like, "What the fuck was that about?" And yeah, apparently she's just like rambled on about how I'm abusing her and shit. I'm like, dude, this bitch is crazy. You know, there's no fucking way. And yeah, it was just a lot of clout chasing. Telling people she's in relationships. She was telling people I was dating her. She was telling people she was trying to date another one of my mates, he doesn't want to have his name mentioned in this stuff, which I'm, I try to keep his name out of it as much as I can, but he's another streamer from Australia, which is ironic. It's always the Aussies. And she was like trying to date him or telling people they were dating and just causing problems with everyone in their personal lives and just trying to just use her. Literally, her philosophy was like, I want 12 boyfriends that all get along and worship me, sort of mentality. Like, word for word, that's literally what she wants. So it was just like, you see it and you go, this is not a good person. This is someone who just wants to. They want everything without the fucking effort. So when I called it out for the Golden Gnome situation, it wasn't taken very well by the community because people didn't see this side of her, didn't know this side of her,
Yeah,
right?
she
It was
was
just
new
like
for a lot of us, including myself.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, it was just, oh, I'm just someone who's hating on her, and people just assumed that I was rejected by her. I was like, no, this is not the case at all. If anything, she was rejected by me. I just don't have time for people like her, and I didn't think she was worthy of at least a new streamer award. Like the artwork's been going on for longer, and like I didn't really have a problem with the artwork.
Hmm.
You go for it, the way she ran her side of the artwork side of the business, there was a lot of delays eventually, and like she's like, oh yeah, I'm working on it, but she's like getting shit faced, like trashing you and other people's streams when I'm watching. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So it was just, yeah, calling that out. People that doubted me, like did a bit of made a video on me, pretty much standing up for her, just white knighting her in the situation, and he just made up like a, an amazing amount of like bullshit about me and my personal life to kind of belittle me on the situation. So it feels good to see it finally unfold a year later and people realizing that she is this sort of terrible person that's just taking people for a ride. Like I know I say some questionable shit, and the way I present myself online isn't the most like, I guess I don't know, like respectful. I don't know if that's the correct word, but like you hear some of the things come out of my mouth, and you go, "This guy is just like, why is he? Why is he swearing all the time?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
is he always like got something to say about someone?" But I'm not a bad person in that aspect. At least I'm
Mm.
not here to take people for a ride. I'm just I will be completely honest with you where I can, speak my mind, and just make sure that I try to be as biased, unbiased, whatever it means to be as
Unbiased,
fair.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, as possible in any situation. Like when the chips are down, I'll always try to have a laugh. But like when it gets serious, you can count on me to like not just make shit up and take people for a fucking ride. I just don't have time for people like that. So it does feel good for a year later to be right in the situation. But you know,
Yeah,
at the
no.
same time, I laid it to rest a long time ago. I just like to goof on people now because it's just funny.
Yeah, no, yeah, I feel like the validation's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just it all just, I swear, like as soon as something picks up, like it's like online on Twitter, it just snowballs so goddamn fast, and like everybody
yeah.
knows. Um, and so like, what do you think? Because do you think that's the end of her streaming career?
Um, I think the smartest thing she could have done was gone live the next day. To be honest,
Mm,
she should have just gone fucking live. Um, but I don't know if that would have lasted. Do I think it's the end of her streaming career? I am of the opinion that I want it to be personally,
hmm.
but I don't. I think there is a. It's possible to bounce back. I think you can be
Yeah.
you can be racist, homophobic. You could be just completely fucking toxic. You will still have an audience.
Hmm.
I think the line is drawn around the sort of shit that Defy J has been accused of. That's where it starts to get really hard to come back.
Oh yeah. No,
But I
that's
think
over. That's complete.
yes,
I'm pretty sure
I,
all of his channels are deleted too.
yeah, yeah, that's what I've heard too.
Yeah.
But
No,
I
it.
think in terms
Yeah.
of her, she could probably come back. It will not be the same. It
Hmm.
not for a while at least. It definitely won't be as easy for her, and there will be a lot of harassment
Hmm.
and a lot of abuse. So it's more about whether she can do it herself because not everyone has that mental strength to take the abuse. You know,
Hmm.
you're always going to be criticized. there's no way she's not going to go live and have people do the most incel fucking hateful crap. But she's also going to have people white knighting for it because that's just the internet, you know. Let's not bullshit here. So, I think she should have gone live instantly, personally, if she wanted to save face. But at the end of the day, I reckon it's time to find something you're good at and like some people I don't think should have an audience, and I think she falls under the category of just she's been doing it for too long. This sort of behavior, I reckon it's just going to happen again eventually anyway. So
I just feel bad for West Ham, man. Like that guy is
yeah, I
the
do.
sweetest dude ever. Like,
Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about him.
Yeah.
He's not like a lot of people in that field don't have a very positive opinion about me. But I still like you hear it happen. It's just like I don't like you don't deserve that, man. Like
no,
I can tell from him and the way people portray him that he's not a bad person. That he
he's
doesn't deserve
not
that
at all.
absolutely.
He's a
Yeah,
fucking saint, like just
yeah,
straight up. So like, if it was someone else where they're like kind of equally toxic, it's just like whatever. Like this is just your own relationship shit. But man, with West Ham, like you
yeah,
crossed the line, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just it's a learning experience for him now, I guess. But it's
It's
just
it is interesting how that all this like it went from the Scatizo drama instantly to Defy, and now it just categories in just severity above what happened to Scatizo. So it's almost like now would
yeah,
kind of be the time to just come back because you're like relatively you're totally good, like you're fine. So yeah.
yeah. It doesn't shock me anymore. It just kind of takes me half a second when I find out who when like the name comes up and goes, oh okay, they're one of those people now. All right, that's
Yeah.
fucked. It's just yeah,
Like I just wonder like because he had a pretty decent sized audience when he would go live. It was like entertaining. He would just pretty much go live daily. He had a bunch of supporters. Like
yeah. I mean he was stable on Twitch.
yeah, apparently this was already like I don't know all the details. We don't need to go into it because I doubt me or you know anything really much besides what we've seen on Twitter. But like apparently this was kind of known and it was just kind of on the down low, which is obviously
Yeah,
disturbing. I don't know how much was known, but
I've had a few friends reach out to me who have witnessed it firsthand. I've reached out to a few people as well who have seen the behavior firsthand because I wanted some confirmation. Guys and girls, but both genders, and I just wanted to be like, my main question was, is this legit? Like, have you seen this happen? And everyone has been like, I've witnessed it or I've experienced it. Like, he legitimately has been like going to women and like he would raid them and just be like, if I don't understand the context completely, but he said to them in person that like it's over for you, you had your chance, and he genuinely feels like he was in a position to ruin people's careers if he had to, which is just fucking
Jesus.
beyond me, to be honest. Like I I laugh when I hear people smaller than me trying to take that position on people because I don't have that fucking power either, and
Hmm.
I'm good. I'm good at making people upset. So I would love to see people like that try and cancel someone, especially if it's someone I'd care about. I'd back them 100%. But some of the guys I've seen too, they've witnessed the behavior of him doing this to people. So it kind of I, I don't know if relieving is the right word because like Hanani's gotten a fair bit of backlash from making the video from people on Twitter because they didn't see any actual evidence in the video.
Mm, mm.
Now she claimed that there was a police investigation ongoing. So if that's the case, I don't see why you would lie about that.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
yeah,
just like you're just creating lies on top of lies. If that's the case, to ruin your own career.
yeah.
So if that's the case, it makes sense that when she's saying allegedly all the time, that's the point, right?
Hmm.
It's when people say in game when they tell someone to KOS
Yeah.
or no in game in Minecraft, it's the same logic. Um, but I would say I've got it on pretty good authority that it seems to be that most of what's in the video so far might not be 100% accurate, but what he's been accused of seems to be pretty legitimate. Like it's yeah, he's. I mean, if he was innocent, he would have at least said like I'm gonna respond to this when I'm ready or something, but he's just deleted everything and dipped. So
Yeah, it's not. I mean, yeah, again, and apparently it's under police investigation and everything. So I
yeah,
imagine these things need to be kind of kept under wraps.
yep,
So it's extremely like I don't know who was all affected, who was a victim of his, but it's like I really hope they're like doing better now. I know like there's obviously one that had committed suicide or something, which is just
yeah,
horrific. And so we'll, I guess the more time goes by, we'll kind of find out more. But yeah, that's I'm also, I just gotta say, like, I guess I'm proud of the community for like just like there was so little degeneracy that I saw in regards to this. Like there was nobody really like it felt like 99% of the community was completely just supportive of the victims, completely just despising the behavior and everything. Like it just felt like we all kind of came together, and it was at least that was nice to see that we have like
yeah.
ultimately we
And
have our morals.
it's not an easy thing. Excuse me. It's not an easy thing for Hanani to do what she did with that video because um you're speaking up and you're talking about something that you will be accused of lying about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is what's happened, and people don't often have the courage to say what's happening when they are a victim of this sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I would do what I can to encourage people to step forward when they are being assaulted, when they have been harassed. But I know that especially for women, just if you don't have if you don't have the support, they just bottle it up, and then it gets too long, and then people go, "Why didn't you say this a year ago or 3 years ago when it happened?" I use the example on stream the other day, not to like spin it all on about me, but I use the example of the Scatizo situation. I spoke out about it and tried to warn everyone of the clout chasing, manipulative behavior that goes on, and I was criticized largely by people in the community. And luckily, I don't give two-thirds of a shit, and I just think of people like that beneath me because I'm a narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
But if like it kind of just shows that it's hard to speak up about things when there's little to no like hard evidence of something going wrong, or when people have already made up their minds before they've heard your side of the story.
Yep.
So
Yep. Totally.
to be given a platform, I've had people reach out to me via comments, Discord, and Twitter DMs who I've never really interacted with before, involving both situations, like especially the Defy J situation. I've not gotten back to them because I don't know how to respond. A lot of the time, like I don't know what to say to kind of. I don't know if they're looking for closure, but they've reached out and just said thanks, or reached out and just said, it's difficult to speak up in the situation. So they're just glad that I've spoken about it to spread awareness. Um,
Yeah,
but it's just yeah,
your
it's
video was great. I thought your thoughts were pretty on point. I watched it, and
thanks.
yeah, it
Yeah,
seemed, and
I tried to be as yeah,
even the Behemoth channel, brought it up, and they were kind
yeah,
of indecisive initially. They're like, like, do we even bring this up? It's just a RuneScape highlight channel. Is this something relevant? But they ultimately decided, yeah, because they felt like for awareness sake, this is
yeah,
important to spread
absolutely,
because it is way beyond just drama. This is
yeah,
abuse.
and
So.
yeah. Like if there's multiple platforms and multiple videos being made on it, there's a bigger audience because he's now that he's essentially been deplatformed, that there's no way he's coming back with a face cam or likely a mic.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. No,
yeah,
I
the
would
amount
be
of
very surprised
victims
if he even
is
tried to.
yeah, he's got no victims. Well, a lot less victims now to prey on, right? So
Hmm.
that changes, even though it might not fully stop him,
Hmm.
it helps a shit ton. You're taking away a lot of power that he has. So, yeah, the more the people know about it, the less likely it is to happen again, at least to someone you know. But shit, like you got to reach out to a loved one, and like I don't know if people care enough, but if you are in a situation where you are being harassed, where you feel uncomfortable, where you feel like something needs to be done about like a situation that you're in like this, fucking reach out to me at least. Like just message me I'm happy to fucking use my platform to support people, provided I'm not just going to go out on a whim and take someone's word for it without investigating it at least. But
Mhm.
I have zero problems calling people out for doing the dumb shit that they do. I thrive off of it, and I'm happy to just like support people where they need that support, because at the end of the day, I don't want to see. I know I come across as, again, like an asshole. I don't want to see people being harassed and taken advantage of by, especially by creators in positions of power, because I just think it's predatorial, and it's just not like it's a reason why I don't like going on fucking Twitter, because it's like I'm not fucking surprised. That sort of behavior is just right fucking there. I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
So yeah, a lot of crap going on. I just wonder, like, is the is the trifecta gonna happen next week? That's what I'm
Always
terrified
comes
of.
in
'Cause
waves of three.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Who's
yeah.
next?
So we'll see what further drama transpires over the next little bit. But I
Yeah.
guess part of the new, I guess not really drama, but just news that's been going on is the mass migration over to Kick.
Yes.
So
A lot of
yeah, you stream on
mm.
YouTube, so I guess you don't really like, you probably wouldn't even notice. I don't know how much you watch Twitch, but the scene, like, you see the follower list that you would normally have, and like, yeah, like they go live for a little bit and everyone just moves over to Kick. So we'll
Is that what people are still doing, or is that just the Alfie and Odablock thing to go
no,
live
you
on
so it's
Twitch?
part of their contracts. Like they must
Right.
stream. I think it's like the at least 15 minutes up to like maybe an hour or two, and then you have to move
Okay.
over to Kick.
Yeah. So obviously just go, hey guys, come follow on Kick and then move over. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
That's that's probably the best way for people to be doing that anyway, because otherwise you're gonna have a hard time getting people to follow you over there.
So do you think like this is gonna do anything in the next few months? I mean, because these contracts are only like 3 to 4 months, I believe. Like, is this gonna leave any
Um,
sort of impact on Twitch's success, like in the old school category at
I
least?
I think I I'm obviously biased because I do the YouTube streaming, but I think I don't know how it's going to work for on the side of Kick and Twitch. I think as long as everyone just keeps doing, if they're going over like as a team, like you've got like what 31 people that have moved over
Well,
in
31
kind of one
just
hit.
from Crusader. So like
That's
there's other
yes,
people that have moved over as well that weren't part of that.
yeah. So that was a good move. That was very smart, because if you take, because the thing with Twitch, right, in RuneScape, in the RuneScape category, is you've got your own unique viewers, but then you've got the same like 60, 70 shitters that just circle through the same fucking
Yeah.
chats.
Yeah.
They're all recycling and regurgitating the same dumb shit in their chats. Okay, but they're the same fucking
Yeah.
idiots. You'll see them in every chat. You know who they are. Like, you pick a name out. Oh, yeah, I've seen you in X, Y, and Z's chat. So if you can bring that portion of the community, or at least a good chunk of it, over to Kick, they're going to bring each other over to Kick from like Twitch eventually, because they're going to keep talking between the two platforms, right? So I
Yeah.
think if you take all the streamers over, you're kind of removing, you're limiting the amount of people that they can watch on Twitch. They're going to end up going to Kick to watch. I think, I don't know how much Kick is offering people. I've heard that people are getting offered like $16 an hour, and some people are getting offered $30 an hour. I don't know how much.
It goes higher than that, I've heard.
Yeah, I'd imagine it varies
Plenty.
from streamer to streamer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, if it works for you financially, I'd fucking send it. I just think long term, the absolute best thing people can be doing is YouTube. Are you allowed to multi-stream when you're on Kick, by the way? Like, if you could you stay on Twitch, or do you have to be exclusively just streaming on Kick?
I believe with that contract, actually, I'm trying to think what Kick's rules are normally, because I know with Twitch, there's now like the non-exclusive. You can stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time.
Yeah.
I believe you could probably even stream Twitch and Kick at the same time, I'd imagine. But I think with those contracts, there part of it is that you can't stream on Kick and Twitch at the same
Okay.
time.
If that's the case, that kind of sucks. But I don't multi-stream because I can't be fucked. I don't feel like I need to because of how I've done my YouTube.
Hmm.
But like, this is more for those that are just streaming, or those who are trying to start out. I would be multi-streaming as best I can, Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. But I think what everyone needs to absolutely be doing is taking their content from their streams and putting it on YouTube, even if it's just shorts. Like, the best way about new creators, not just in RuneScape, but like across the world
Hmm.
in streaming, is from watching like reels on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube Shorts or TikToks. Like you just see new faces pop up just from highlights and funny videos, or you see a YouTube video, and that's where people build their brand. And I think that's what people, if you want to go full time, long term content creation, I think you need to be building multiple platforms. And I think YouTube is the biggest platform to be building, because
This is the
you
biggest
want to
audience.
just
There's
have
just so many
it,
goddamn
it is
people over
it,
there.
there's so many more there's like there's got to be around 100 people on YouTube for every like one person on Kick or Twitch,
Oh yeah.
easily. There is so much going on YouTube that I think I would like to see people taking advantage of it more. And I try to encourage that idea, but it is time consuming doing YouTube. That I mean, I've been super lazy. I just literally cut shit from my stream and re-upload it because it just saves me so much time. I'm not on the creative side of doing really cool intros and animations because I do not have the patience for that shit.
Have you
So I've
considered
been, yeah,
hiring an editor? Like, it seems like you're pretty much on that train of just continuous content. Like, have you?
I have done in the past, and
Mhm.
I've had a trial run with a few editors, but I at the end of the day, when I'm making like a video that isn't related to my streams, like a new guide or like my Rune news or whatever, I like to just edit it myself because I keep it simple. But I feel like I like that touch that I
Mm.
don't feel like I've gotten from some other people. I did have a friend who was doing like some highlight videos for me at one point, and that was great. But it's a lot of effort to then get clips over to them, and then them to work while they're also working a full-time job, and then I don't know what sort of rates people pay. I don't mind editing myself because I don't spend a whole lot of time doing it.
Yeah.
Um, and so I try not to do that, but I I don't think I'm in the position to confidently have an editor just yet. But one
Yeah.
day I would like to kind of have that going where it's just like, all right, here's a clip, and then they upload it while I'm still streaming, or they take stuff from my live stream while I'm live and re-upload it as a video. But I don't think I'm anywhere near that sort of level yet
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
with
I'm always
creation.
like I could just kind of do this myself, but then I end up just not making as much as I could. Like, just in regards to content. Like, I could be pushing out so much more. I could be
Yeah,
getting so many clips from casts. I could even start just a secondary YouTube channel that's just clips based. Like,
yeah,
really go hard on the shorts. I mean, I just have a plethora of just like hundreds and hundreds of hours of random shit that could be clipped
yeah,
and turned into a short. I don't want to make a short though. Shorts are just like, if you want to make a decent short, you got to put the subtitles in it. You got to make them bounce. You got to have some poppy images. Like, you can't just make the boring stuff. And like,
yeah.
so I think
See,
that's where I would probably like spend money. I'd be like, okay, I want somebody that really knows how to make a short good and is good at it and is not going to spend a ton of time having to
yeah,
pop these out.
that's why I use. Have you ever heard of crossclip?
No. Is that something like that just instantly can sort of like crop and make a short for you?
Yeah, like you can take a Kick, Twitch, or YouTube clip and just put it in there, and it formats it into the short,
Oh
and you just
wow.
move the camera pans around to where you want. So I've got that. It's like I think you pay like $8 a month for so that there's no watermarks and shit on your shorts.
Does
I'll just
it
grab a
do
clip.
subtitles, by the way, like
It doesn't
automatically?
do subtitles,
Mm,
unfortunately, which is one thing I would like more in my shorts. Absolutely, I think subtitles are really good.
yeah, they are.
But I just post the clip, and it takes me less than 2 minutes to make a short from a clip. It processes it for you, and then you just re-upload it to YouTube. And I think that is like
Yeah,
having something that easily accessible is really nice.
that sounds actually amazing. What is that thing called?
Yeah. It's called Crossclip.
Cross clip.
It's linked to Streamlabs,
Hmm.
Streamlabs Crossclip. So it's yeah, you just log in, put your clip in, and then you're good to go. And you can just move the camera around so you can pan it to how you want. You can have your chat in there and everything. And I just feel like I know people love the Behemoth and RuneScape Chronicles channels, like the clip channels and community channels. But as a creator, you should be using those clips yourself and building your own brand. Like you can't rely on other platforms, other channels, or even other like websites like Twitch, Kick, or YouTube to grow your name for you. Like you can't just expect that it's going to work. Like
Yep.
I
And
can't.
it
I mean,
doesn't.
yeah. How many times have you watched a Behemoth video, seen come drink a 42, get a Tebow, and you've gone, I've got to go check out his stream now. Like
Yeah.
that's rarely ever happened. You just want to know what's happening with Bodhi, Foe, and just whoever else, right? You want to be
Yeah.
up to date because
Exactly.
it's convenient for the viewer.
Exactly. Yeah, you're totally
Yeah,
right. It was,
yeah,
I feel like it was always marketed as like, this is going to really help the creators. And I know,
yeah,
like, I love Behemoth to death, by the way, but like, there was so many like promises of like, oh my God, like, yeah, just give us access to your clips. We're going to start donating thousands back to the streamers. This is going to help you guys so much. And it's like,
yeah. Like
bro, they're just huge
yeah,
conglomerates now, just like massive oiling machines that are just like milking all of our content.
yeah. That's it. I mean, it's in every game
Yeah.
on online, right? Like it's you can't blame people for making clip channels because if you don't do it, someone
People
else is,
want it,
right?
yeah, exactly, and they
That's it.
are quality stuff. It's just,
Yeah,
and they've gotten permission from everyone. I mean, I don't
that's it.
think I don't think the RS Chronicles went that route initially. They just kind of sent it, and like
Yeah, they
if
just
they were,
fucking just came out of nowhere.
if it's just like, yeah, we're just gonna put your clip on here, and then if you don't want it, then tell us, and we'll remove it. Like, come on, like
Yeah.
just fucking get
So
the permission.
yeah, I don't really care if people use my clips. I say
Hmm.
no. I was like, you don't have my permission, but it doesn't actually matter. Like, I can't do anything about it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna like claim you. I reckon if you're gonna use clips from my
Mhm.
content, then
Well,
go ahead and do it.
I think the best way to go about it would just allow them access to your clip, but also publish your own clips because ultimately you want
Yeah,
eyeballs on your stuff. So like
that's exactly right.
if you can get just more eyeballs and that channel's 100,000 people and you're getting 80,000 views a video, like you're gonna be seen and recognized. So when you do see a clip organically of your own content, then that's the way they can just easily subscribe.
Yes,
So
that's what I think
brilliant.
creators should absolutely be doing. If there's a clip, even if it's on Behemoth, whatever, take it. Even if you don't have the time, just like check out the cross clip and fucking use it and make your own clip and upload it to YouTube. It takes less than 5-10 minutes just to like get it uploaded, set a title, and just let it go. And
Hmm.
you'll have a bunch that might not do well. They might just you might only get a couple hundred views per clip, and then eventually you'll have some that pop off, and it's just a numbers game. And the more you upload, the more you're in people's face. Like, how often do you see people that you're swiping on like TikTok or YouTube or whatever, and you keep seeing like one specific creator and you're like, fuck off. And then all of a sudden it's like you can't stop watching them. And then you
Yeah.
realize, oh, okay, no, actually, like it kind of grows on you because they're just
Yeah.
in your fucking face
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, you know what? I
Definitely.
will watch this. Yeah, it happens. It's just a numbers game, really. Just
It's,
about getting in people's face.
it's
That's
so
why I like
funny.
what I do with talking about the hot topics in RuneScape, the controversy and the drama, and being the guy that just kind of, if something happens, I'm going to give an opinion, whether it's an update on Valamore or it's an update on a new creator doing dodgy shit to their viewers. Like, I don't really think many other people. I know Odablock talks on it a little bit as
Hmm.
well. He does that with his channel, but I don't really know many other people who are talking on it in terms of YouTube to create a brand out of it and kind of spread the message on a platform where they're able to then benefit by growing their brand. And I'm glad because, don't fucking steal my platform or I'll find out where you live and I'll be under your bed at night. But it's an open market. If I don't do it, someone else is going to do it.
Yep.
People come to me and ask me for my opinion. So I just think it's great that I'm able to just kind of sail the ship.
Do you ever like have those nights where you're like, man, I kind of wish I wasn't a drama channel, or are you pretty content? Like, are you pretty happy with where you're at, and you're happy with?
I'm fucking chill. Yeah, no,
Okay,
I'm
that's good.
happy.
Yeah,
Yeah, numbers going up. It's good.
I think years ago I remember seeing some sort of like drama channel, and the dude just like fell off the face of the earth. And I think I can't even remember who this was. It's like I would just watch the occasional video here and there, and then I remember just being recommended like a couple years later of like that same guy, and he just like had it, like he just had this like stop doing it. It was like affecting his mental health. He was just constantly like seeing negative shit and having to like commentate on it, and he's just like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. So I was wondering. Obviously, your stuff's a lot lighter. It's just fucking RuneScape
Yeah,
drama and
well,
stuff. But yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's not just drama as well. Like, I will talk on the drama topics because as much as people tell you they don't care about drama,
Mm-hmm.
they fucking watch it. They want to know. Of course, you want to know. You don't want to be involved, but you want to sit there and just see what happens. Everyone wants to be an innocent bystander.
Yep.
but that's not all that I do. I will just jump on it because
That's
it's free
true.
views,
That's
it's free
true.
subs, and then I'll go back to playing RuneScape, talking shit, and just having a good time, forgetting about it. It's not just only drama, you know. I make um my own content weekly. When there's an update, I talk about the new update in game, the news. When a new quest comes out, I'll go live, pretty much do the quest and re-upload it just as a walkthrough. I'll check out the new weapons, any sort of interesting bugs or new cheesy way people are trying to make money. I'll talk about that stuff too. I'll do like tier lists and just there's all sorts of different content. There's not really one specific type of content that I do. It's just a bit of everything, other than making a series, because making a series just gives me fucking brain cancer. I cannot fucking do it. So other than that, I will
They
just
Yeah. No,
yeah.
they would it would pop off because I'm in the same boat as you. Like a series is just like, oh god, like that's
I,
it's
yeah,
so much effort, and it's something where like, am I going to enjoy this by episode 4? Like, am I going to be like
that's
loving my
exactly
life?
right.
But
Yeah,
if I had,
I can't do it, man.
if it was like guaranteed, this is going to explode my channel, and I have an editor that's going to do everything, and it's going to look great, and all I have to do is just play the game and add commentary, like hell yeah, I would do that. But like, there's so much risk. It's like okay, I got to pay a dude probably a handsome fee just to get this shit out there, and then like to what extent are people going to even enjoy this
Yeah,
concept?
and then
And
you don't
it's
even
just a
make your money
lot.
back on it, and it's just like
Yeah.
cool.
And
That's
the other
good.
thing is
Yeah, I
just
mean, yeah,
enjoyment. Like, am I a person that's going to enjoy
yeah,
that? Because I see Coxie. Coxie's channel fucking exploded. I mean, he literally he
yeah,
gets shot up from 0 to 30K subscribers in like a literal week after he published his first episode of the All
yeah,
Pets speedrun. And it's like, bro, he lives for that shit. Like, he's logged in all day. He is one of the biggest gamers that can just be ass in chair, and he loves that. Like, he loves pets. Like, he like just loves grinding pets in RuneScape, and so that's like a calling for him, and he doesn't have to do any of the
yeah.
editing. So that's just,
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's got a solid game plan there. Like there's very few instances where the series idea works out to that extent. Like it's really
True.
hard.
Yep.
Like no one, you're never gonna have another Swampletix ever.
Yep.
Like not even Settled can't recreate it. Like he's obviously tried numerous times. He's had success, but he's never had Swampletix level success. So it's just everyone trying to capture whatever lightning they can in a bottle since then. And
Hmm.
you see some people have some good work of it, like Rakeen with his Deserted Ultimate Iron Man series. That went really fucking well. I haven't checked it out in a while. I don't know if he's still going, but like that was really successful for him. But then I've seen like Edgeville locked, man, where you're just punching men in the general store all day. It's like, bitch, you're not going to be here. You are not doing this forever. There's no fucking way you want to lock yourself to fucking Edgeville just because like you think you're going to capture an audience. There's nothing in that fucking town. So I tried just doing a series, and it's literally just my hardcore, and I will just clip shit from stream and put it into a video and re-upload it.
Yeah.
Super simple, super easy, no effort. And I end the stream at the end of the night, and I just go, "Fuck that! I'm just gonna play Dota 2 and just AFK." Like I just can't be bothered, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're similar in that regard.
Yeah,
So like circling back to the kick discussion briefly, like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
how is like so I understand Kick is run by a gambling company, Stake,
yeah,
right? And just like so I feel like there's just money being piled in, just funneled into this new platform, and I think I'm imagining the ultimate goal of Kick is to really compete with Twitch and try to take it over as like the king of gaming live streaming. And God knows how much like that's I don't even think that's a possible task first off. So I don't know to what extent they're imagining this can be fulfilled. I think they're just trying as hard as they can, but like how is what they're doing, how is it in any way sustainable? Like do they even have advertisers on Kick? Like they're paying their creators a 95/5 split for sub revenue. I don't know if they have bits or anything. I think it's just gifted subs at this point. I'm not sure, but and then on top of that, they're paying creators a fortune to just stream on there. So like, yeah, when you're a creator, because like a lot of people have been reached out, and myself included. I'm not gonna share too much details personally of like all that, but it's like, okay, so there's a few months contract. Like, I'm imagining after the contract's up, at least with this big package deal where they brought over 30 plus creators, they're going to just kick a bunch of people that just aren't doing well, or just, kind of camped at like the single digit viewer range. Like, okay, this isn't really working out. But at what point do they stop paying them, or do they just continue paying them? Because like they're trying to, I would imagine, eventually turn a profit with the site, or is the turning the profit literally just funneling degenerate viewers into staking, like just gambling? Like, what, do you have
Um,
any sense of like what's going on here? How sustainable this is?
I think eventually they're going to have to turn a profit, or try to at least.
Because like Twitch isn't
Streaming
even. I don't. I think Twitch is still
streaming
running at a
isn't
loss.
profitable. Yeah, no, streaming is not a profitable industry. Um, just like with like server upkeep and shit alone is just so expensive.
Mm,
Um, I am not sure. I don't know on the back end like how much Kick is making from it all. I believe the philosophy is to get as many people just on the website,
mm-hmm.
because if you're on the website, yeah, you go over to watch Prison Joe, for example, but then you're on Kick. He ends his stream, and instead of going anywhere else, you just go to the Kick homepage and you see someone gambling on slots,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's a numbers game. Again, it's all it is. Like it is like we were saying with YouTube uploading. It's a numbers game to get in people's faces. I think that it's the same thing. It's a numbers game because the money is made through gambling. Because the house always wins, right?
Yep.
You are more likely to lose your money than you are win in gambling. Not everyone will lose, of course, but the
If you
more
keep
people
doing
you
it, you
have
will.
that are there, yes, absolutely. I don't think they need to worry about advertisers, um, because then that brings monetization restrictions, and then that just brings them closer to being more like Twitch, where people don't want that sort of censorship that they're trying to get away from, right? I
Okay.
think um, I think just getting as many people. I don't know if they're going to renew these contracts on Kick, because it's definitely not profitable. So I think as a creator, as a streamer, if you're in this contract, fucking milk it while you can, get as much out of it as you can, because you might not have that contract renewed. And it wouldn't surprise me if they don't, because even Twitch and YouTube have both stopped giving out creator contracts, because it's just not worth paying someone 10, 50, $100 million to stream on your platform, because you never make your money back. You're
Yep.
just losing money. I don't know if Kick's going to do the same as well. I genuinely just think it's a case of we've got money coming from gambling. If we can just get as many people on the website as possible, if you throw out 100 lines, you're probably going to catch even like 1 to 10 people. They're going to come in and hopefully start gambling or spend more time on the platform, and eventually lead to more gambling anyway, which is, I believe, the end game.
Okay. So it's
I,
not
I think
really to
that's
take over Twitch. It's
no,
really
I
just get as
don't think it
many
is.
people
Yes.
into our gambling system as
Yeah,
possible.
well, that kind of just goes hand in hand. Eventually, if they do it enough and are successful enough for long enough, they have a chance at catching up with Twitch anyway and taking over.
Hmm.
That's just that's just part of the process. But I believe the main goal is to just have as many people on the website, so that as many people as possible can see the gambling, because that's where the money is. Like, there's no secret that the that stake in the gambling department is all involved, and people try to be like, "Oh, well, it's a gambling website." No, who gives a fuck? Like, you've got Chinese kids struggling to live while making your fucking shoes, and you still fucking wear them. Like, let's not try to be
Hmm.
like play the moral high ground here with where you fucking choose to stream your platform. I am a firm believer of absolutely just take what you can and give nothing back. Do what you can to just fucking make content. And if Kick's paying you money for the next 3 to 4 months and you're able to just milk as much as you can, shit, just fucking grab as much money as you can, because you might not get another fucking contract. They might do it again 2 or 3 times. They might do it for a year, just a couple of contracts, but then eventually it could be all over. And I reckon they'll be back on Twitch, because that's where, unless things really do take off on Kick, I think the bigger viewership will end up being on Twitch eventually,
Yeah, that's kind
if
of
people end up going back.
It looks like at least when I'm seeing the numbers, just viewers wise of the creators
Yep.
that have moved over. Obviously, this is just the initial kind of surge. I don't even know
Yep.
if it's going to get any bigger. I would imagine it might maybe even get smaller. But like you basically slash your viewers in half at least when you move over to Kick. Like you just look at the
Yeah, and
viewers.
that's expected.
Yeah, and yeah, totally expected. So I wonder. Like, is it more important for you to get the? I mean, obviously, it depends on how much you're making. Like, I could only imagine. I think some people have thrown out some estimates over DMs, just like how much Tasty's probably making his contract, which is probably pretty high, I'd imagine, because he was one of
Yeah.
the bigger creators on Twitch. But like, is it worth it? Like, I'm just imagining because I'm pretty sure his contract's probably 3 or 4 months. But if it was like for a year, would it be worth it to, just make an absolute metric fuck ton amount of money and then, but you're only polling, like, let's just say even a third of your viewers the whole time. You're limiting your audience ultimately, so your growth is being stifled. But, you could eventually hop back over to Twitch. Like, I just wondered, like, is it, like, to what extent is that, like, hurting or is it hurting? Because I
think,
wonder, like, I even wonder about Odablock, for example. Like Odablock obviously pulls great numbers over there. I'm pretty sure he pulls. I don't really go on Kick much, but I went on today and he was pulling almost 3K viewers, and it's like, okay, I don't feel like he's hurting, and he's definitely making millions off of just having hopped over to Kick, so it makes sense. But I wonder in ultimate growth, like eyeballs on him, if it would have been just smarter to stay on Twitch to grow. But I don't know. I feel like with him, it's money wise, even long term, the Kick deal was probably 100% worth it.
I think the answer is back to the same, the same, I guess, answer every time, and that is to, if your viewership's like, people judge streamers based on how many viewers they get, right? I think once you hit like the consistent 50 viewers, I would say in the RuneScape category at least, once you're like a consistent 50 to 100 viewer streamer, it doesn't really matter how many people are watching you, because like the amount of money you make from that is completely subjective to who the fuck's watching you. Like if you've got a fucking oil prince watching you, you could make more money than someone with triple your viewership, just because that's just the way people just throw their money out for no fucking reason, right? You see people get gifted subs, like you see people get thousands of gifted subs with half the viewership of someone bigger than them, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? It's just people just have dumb money for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you are worried about your viewership, the answer is to literally just put your content also on YouTube.
Everywhere. Yeah, just plaster it.
Put it everywhere, because even if you've moved to Kick, make it known in YouTube that you're on Kick now. Come check me out on Kick. That's what you got to do with Twitch. Hey, come to my Twitch. This is my Twitch here in my video. People do that. People come over and check out their stream. I think that is, if you're worried about your viewership, use your platform to grow on YouTube and grab people from the YouTube side of things. Don't steal my fucking viewers, but go use it to grow your platform elsewhere. Do it on Twitter as well, because when people post to go live on Twitter, why not do it on YouTube as well? Why not do it on, use the Twitch stories? I was considering doing that. I just don't know how to do it. I think you need to be maybe a partner to do the Twitch stories.
Dude, the Twitch stories, all the Twitch stories has become like, initially it was fun. It was all fun and games for like the first week. Now it's just girl selfies. Yeah. It's just like,
that's it. You know? I'm like, I'm live now, dude, but I'm not on Twitch. Like, just fucking do whatever you can to let people know where you are.
I haven't seen a guy post a Twitch story in like a month. And I follow like 90% guys. It's funny.
It's just like, I mean, I don't even know how to do it, man. But fuck, I would if I could. But
I should probably do that. Like literally, I'm just thinking anecdotally, my own experience. I log in, like I'm on Twitch mobile, and the first thing I see is the stories. And it's the same 4 chicks initially, and then you swipe over, it's another 4 chicks, and there's another 4. And it's like, okay, you know what? They've actually kind of like, now when I log into Twitch, I'm expecting that. Like I'm expecting to see them. And they're, they kind of get in my mind. And so I'm wondering, okay, maybe if that's happening to me, maybe I should just post literally daily on these stories some random shit, just so people are like, oh, Sae Bae, like he's now ingrained in my mind. And that whenever I load up Twitch, I'm almost anticipating to see Sae Bae. So you're fucking brilliant. Yeah, that's actually.
Yeah, I think it's it's just do whatever you can to put yourself out there. Because I mean, if you're going to be a creator, you got to be in people's faces. You can't expect people to just like discover you. Like, it doesn't work like that anymore. It's about putting yourself out there and making the name for yourself. You can't just expect something to go viral. I think you're right about Kick being like it's only going to like go down from here. I don't think like in terms of people's viewerships, I don't think it's going to be dramatic. But like when something big, when like a creator blows up for the first time, or when they start streaming off of some hype from like Twitter or YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
for example, when they're moving to Kick, everyone moves over. It's hype. There's an audience behind it. There's a reason for people to go over and check out the first Tasty live stream. It'll probably plateau for a bit for a lot of these creators, but I'd imagine it will slowly decline. Not it'll never hit zero. It won't bottom out at zero, but it will, unless they continue to grow their brand and that platform elsewhere as well. I'd imagine it will just slowly start to drop down to a more like basic level of viewership. It'll still be triple digits and they'll still be doing very well, but I don't think they'll ever reach the level they were on with Twitch. But then again, financially, it doesn't matter if the people like it's likely the people that are spending a lot of money on you are going to go over to the other platform because that's the sort of viewer that it would take. Like if someone's gifting hundreds of Twitch subs a month, I don't see why they wouldn't go over to Kick because they're like, well, yeah, I can just gift more, and this time you're going to get more money. So I think at the end of the day, they're doing like you're moving over to Kick for the money, right? You're not moving over it because you're going to get a bigger audience.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't think they're really going to struggle in that department in terms of finances. I think, from what I can see, the Kick move financially seems to be the play for a lot of people at the moment.
Let's just take a look at these Twitter topics up on the thread.
Oh yeah,
So,
let me pull that shit up.
yeah.
There's some garbage in there, that's for sure.
Okay, so
All right, dude. Oh, anyway.
first thing I see is I'm literally just okay. First thing I see is Suey Pig. What made you get into OSRS content specifically? Now, this is probably stuff we've covered on the first episode. So if you guys are interested, down in the description, there will be a obviously the first episode with King Condor last year, so you guys can check that out. I'm not sure how much we talked about that. But he also is asking, does any drama or negative comments bother you?
What got me into? I'll do the old school drama first. What got me into it was I was just making random bullshit YouTube videos, just seeing like throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. And I was playing RuneScape at the same time. I was killing the Hydra, and I remember learning about the Abyssal Sire, and I couldn't understand the wiki. Normally I use the wiki for everything. Could not understand it for the Sire for the fucking life of me. So I looked up a guide, and it was a Mr. Mammal guide. And I just skipped through to what I needed to know about, like the first phase of the fight. And then I sat there and I just thought, why the fuck is this guide 20 minutes long? Like, I don't need 20 minutes to figure out how to kill a 3-minute boss. So I was killing the Hydra like a week later, and I was like, why don't I just record this? Like, I'm doing this blindfolded. So I just recorded the Hydra, and it was a one take, just like, I'm going to show you how to kill the Hydra. This is what I'm wearing. Went in, and I just fucking was like, run, quick, go, fucking, yep, fuck him up. There we go. Easy. Like, just narrated the entire fight. It was hype as fuck. And, like, it did, like, 3,000 views in a day. And I was like, holy shit. That's the most views I've ever gotten in one day. Let's do it again. So I did the giant mole. Wasn't as successful being, the giant mole.
Mm-hmm.
And then the week later, the Nightmare was released. And I just went in there on release, first kill, and kind of just narrated what the fuck was going on, which was a shit show. Uploaded it as a guide, and I like went to bed, and I woke up like 3 hours later for work with like 12,000 views, and I was like, "Oh, I've got to do this more often." Like that's it. Like just keep making shit, and people just loved like the way I narrated it and the way I was just kind of not being super serious about it.
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of just took that and the philosophy of being as simple as possible for the noobs and the less experienced players, and just ran with that when making boss guides. And even today, like guides that are 2 years old, people come into the stream and just say, "Hey, thank you, man. Like, I appreciate you showing me how to do this boss because I couldn't PVM for the life of me." People on YouTube are shit at RuneScape. Like, the compared to the Twitch viewers and Kick viewers, the YouTube viewers, they're fucking garbage at the game. Okay, and that is my bread and butter. They know it too. Like, people who are shit at the game, you watch my video, you get a lot of confidence. You kind of learn how to do the boss. Like, I've got a Zora short that's like 40, 50 seconds long, and it's just like, it's helped so many people get their Zora kills. All the little noobs, the people that don't know how to PVM, and they're not like super efficient at the game, like, my content works perfectly for them. And I just fucking, yeah, it just kind of clicked. Once you kind of find something that works, you got to grab it by the balls and just fucking go for it. Hey, so that's kind of how it all started, or how I managed to start, at least anyway, with the RuneScape stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay, what about
But in
this?
terms of,
Yeah, second.
it was the
part.
drama, and how does drama and negative comments affect me? Is
Yeah,
that what the question was?
yeah.
Sorry.
So does any drama or negative comments bother you?
Uh, no, not really. I like, the more the
Has
merrier. Yeah.
has there ever been one that's bothered you?
No, not really. Like, when I see negative comments,
Yeah.
I I'm a very, like, yeah, I've got a very narcissistic mentality about it. Like, I just look at someone who's got like, someone have like a couple hundred followers, or even like fucking 80 followers, and they're just telling me like, I'm dirt and I need to get a job, and you're in your mid 30s living with your parents, which is not true. They're just like fucking rambling on dumb shit. I'm just like, yeah, you've got to get up for work in the morning, dude. I'm just gonna go back and play RuneScape full time. Like, I am fucking. I just look at my YouTube analytics and then just roll over and go back to sleep. Like, it's all going up. If people are gonna hate you no matter what, I could not give 2/3 of a shit, man. Like, the more the merrier, dude. It's an old saying, the haters make me famous saying. I think some chick used to scream it in like early 2000s or
Mm,
mid 2000s. It's true, man. You just fucking, the more people don't like you, the more likely you're doing something right,
yeah.
provided it's, not Defy J, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. His last thing is bring back Goldilocks. I think he misses the blonde
Nah,
hair. No.
nah. The gold hair I didn't. So the blonde hair I didn't mind.
Yeah.
I don't think I will though. No, not anytime soon. At least I did it for like the viewers as part of a forfeit. I don't know if I'll do it again anytime soon.
Mm.
Maybe one day.
I think it looks all right. I'm not gonna lie. I think it
Yeah,
looks all right.
I didn't mind it. I just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice not having to go to a hair salon every couple weeks to have them burn your fucking scalp.
Okay, so you're gonna. I'm gonna read these for the boy, and you're gonna just have to explain these to me because these don't make much sense. But to me,
Yeah.
because it's probably inside joke. But Rebel Montana
Oh yeah, for fuck's sake. Okay. Yeah.
has four different topics. One, how can I fly you to Las Vegas to have the official fan meetup? So we'll just go in order.
Um. Fuck. Like, I've explained to Rebel. So I said once that I would like to go to America one day. I'd like to check it out and just visit. And he kind of took that as a, oh, we got to get him over here ASAP.
Yeah.
And I love the guy. Don't get me wrong, but fuck me, like, everyone is just living in his world, and he's just fucking running the show. Hey, and he's like, yeah, I'll fly you out to Vegas, and I'm like, dude, I can't just like uproot my life. I know it's only like, he's like, oh, it's only for a weekend. I'm like, I'll spend more time on the fucking air than I will in America. Like, I'll be exhausted. I've got a child to think about. I've got other commitments, and it's not that easy to just get on a plane and go. Like, I will go to America one day and to Vegas. I just don't, not in the immediate foreseeable future. Like, I need to, I don't have the money for that shit at the moment, but I know how much he wants it. One day I'll be there.
That's fair. All right. Number two, can you beat Sae Bae and Beans in a boot chug race? I mean, you could be,
Okay, so
if it's anything alcohol related, you can beat me. So that's already answered.
then, yeah, I probably could. Like, I'd fuck Beans up. No,
Okay.
no fucking chance. Easy game for me.
All
That's for
right.
sure.
Third, since the first appearance, have you gotten the answer to Condor Country?
I forgot that existed. So no, I don't know. It's some American football thing. It's something to do with the Broncos. There was some guy being like, Broncos country, let's ride. And then Rebel just took that and made it Condor country or Rebel country, or like it'll be Sae Bae country, let's podcast. And it's just like,
God damn it.
yeah.
I see. All right, number
No.
four. Number four. How nervous are you on the next package for your 80K YouTube sub goal?
Um,
This I'm guessing Rebels one of your Oilers, right? Is that the case?
yeah,
Is that
yeah,
okay?
yeah. He's a big oiler,
Okay.
that's for sure. He sent me, I think it was for 70K subs. He sent me some gummy bears that were like super spicy, and they like fucked my insides up, dude. After the stream, I was just sitting there dying in agony, and then sent me some like bean boozled where like you would eat a bean and it was either like it was
Vomit
either
or like
strawberry,
pear. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like just period blood, and it was like I didn't fucking want to eat this
Jesus
shit.
fucking
It was
Christ.
fucked. But so honestly, I think the worst is over. If it's that again, I can handle it. But I don't know. Like, I'm not nervous. I'm excited more than anything.
What do you think of the recent mass exodus to Kick from Twitch? Obviously, that we've talked about that. Why do you think YouTube is better than either? And what advice would you give to someone hoping to enter content creation in 2024?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've covered the kick to Twitch thing at the moment. I think YouTube is better because I think it's just a bigger platform that offers a lot more content in one spot. I am open to the idea of splitting your revenue and content up across multiple platforms, but I think having everything in one place, like on YouTube, if you want to watch King Condor, you go to YouTube, everything I have is there. You can't miss it. You can't miss a stream or a video because it's all there, right? And I think that's a great thing about YouTube. A lot of people have problems with, or feel like there's a problem with discoverability. Like you can't just browse live streams super easily on YouTube. You have to kind of go looking for it, which I think is a fair argument. But I can't really remember the last time I went browsing specifically for streamers on Twitch. I kind of just go there because I know someone's there.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I want to watch Prison Joe or T Papa or Tasty, I go there because I know where to find them, rather than going, who do I want to watch in RuneScape today? I don't give a fuck about anyone else like that I've never seen before. So I think the discoverability on YouTube is actually better because if you've watched my video, you are likely to be notified about my live stream. Or if you subscribe to me, you'll see me live on your homepage. I hope at least anyway. Or you'll get a ping on your phone about me being live, which I think is a better way to be discovered about your live streams than it is to have someone scrolling a page looking for you. I think just as long as people are coming to your channel and checking out your content, the algorithm on YouTube should pick you up. So I think the discoverability, you could argue, could be better on YouTube just purely because of the way the algorithm works, provided people are watching your content. So the advice I have for someone starting content creation in 2024 would be to multi-stream to every platform you can, even TikTok. Like if you want to stream to TikTok, just multi-stream everywhere, and everything you clip, everything you can clip or you feel like can be clipped or that people clip that is worth watching, or if you really had fun that stream, cut it into a video and fucking upload it to YouTube and just have your content plastered everywhere. Not to the point that it's like unacceptable, but make sure that if people want to know who you are, they can see it on your video. It's got your name or your watermark, and you're just they can tell who you are, and they know where to find your content. And you should be able to be they should be able to find you on all platforms possible. I think you just need to be in as many people's faces as possible if you want to jump into content creation. Unless you got a killer fucking idea, like a niche idea that just blows up.
Yep. But that's
Just
actually
for
like if you're an
yeah,
artist and like just a
yes,
genuinely creative dude that's born
yeah.
for this shit. Most people are
If you
just like, how
if
can
you want to
I
just
how
go
can I get out
live,
of working? How can I just
yeah,
like
that's it. If you want to go live, you need to not necessarily treat it as a hobby. It's kind of hard not to at first, but
yeah.
if you want to just go live and get paid, do it on as many platforms as possible and get some stability on YouTube, because that, like, you only make your stream only grows when you're live, but
Yep.
your YouTube grows all the time. Your YouTube is always growing. Streaming only grows when you're live. So you want to be able to grow both when you're live and when you're not.
And your stream grows only when you're live at a very smaller rate, it feels like.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
that is just kind of the appeasement to your audience almost. Like the audience you've already built. Like that's where you go
That's
live
it.
with the homies and yeah, but totally. That's one of my regrets, I guess. Like I don't really I guess it's not really a regret, but if I could redo how I started off content creation, it would not be streaming to 2 average viewers for the first 3 months on Twitch with nothing else going on. It would have 100% been plastering myself on YouTube, trying to get, and not being obnoxious about it, but just really trying to think of some creative ideas. Like for you, it was just guides. And, but by the way, the what you were saying with those guides, like honestly, the best guides I've seen are honestly the kind of spontaneous, just straight to the point, no bullshit, no fluff. Just like, give me what is going on here. Just explain it. And the person that has done that best, and again, I'm probably more niche in this regard, but like I'm kind of higher level, you know, not absolutely like this is a dunk on me, not a flex, but like if I need to know something about a certain boss, like for example, when I was grinding the Void Wakers, I needed to know what the fuck was going on with Venenatis because I hadn't killed it since the update. Mulgoat Kirby posts a literal like 40-second video, just like here it is. Like this is exactly what you do. And the thing is, you know, he's knowledgeable. You know, he's not going to be just fucking saying some stuff that's just completely inaccurate. It's going to be fully accurate. It's going to be calqued. He's going to say exactly what to bring, and boom, there you go. It's done. I'm like, dude, Mulgoat, you are the goat. Like you need to.
That's it. In the name.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, he's not making a dime off this. He's making he's making it as convenient as possible for his viewers. And he is suffering in the revenue department because of it. He could have milked this shit for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But no.
It's just make it simple and people will go to his live stream for that and just be like, hey, thank you for that because it was super quick. People remember that. Like Adicon does the same thing. I'm not sure about it in terms of being super quick, but simple like Inferno guides for people. Giving people the confidence that Crystal Both is all you need. And people talk about him in my stream. People go, how do I go with the Inferno? I give a bit of advice, but I'm like, honestly, just go watch Adicon's video because it just does it right, you know?
Yep.
It's got all the information you need, and people find a lot of success of it. And I think that's just, you got to keep it simple, and I don't think you need to go into too much detail because it's just like information overload. The people just like fucking forget so easily, and they're just like, I don't understand what's going on. Just got to keep it simple.
What do you think about just the rest of the 2020s in regards to the OSRS content creation scene? Like, is it only going to grow? Are we going to see kind of a drop off of new creators coming in? Are we going to see an increase on that? Like, is it just the people that are kind of grandfathered in that have been doing this for years and years? Or they're going to be the only ones kind of still running the show, sort of? Like, what do you actually see by the end of the 2020s into 2030? Like, do you have any predictions on like what's happening? And what's happening with OSRS too? Like, is that going to be growing? Are we going to see some devastating update?
I think as long as some people might not fully agree with how Jagex runs some of the updates, especially with like all the polling. I think as long as they keep doing what they've been doing for the past 10 years, the game will still grow and will still be around into the 2030s. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Like, we've got Valamor and Colosseum coming out. They just like possibly sailing, provided that goes well. I think I think we'll be fine. Like the Inferno, how old's the Inferno or Theater of Blood now? Like they've stood the test of time since their release. They're still incredibly relevant content and it's going to remain going forward. Plus, like we can probably see that happening. Hopefully, with like the Colosseum, which is just another piece of content age well. In terms of content creators, though, I think we're always going to have new creators coming in. I don't know. It's hard to say because it's like there's always something new that comes up, and you just go, okay, that's actually a good idea, or that's some really good content. I like to think of Idol as an example because he came into the RuneScape creator scene. And people were like, accusing his content of being like Jimmy's because he's standing in front of a green screen talking, which is just like an ignorant way to view content as a viewer. But it was just like engaging. It was enjoyable. It was funny. And he wasn't even playing the fucking game half the time. People are just making content by just they just yap on about things that happen in RuneScape. And now he's making videos on just MMOs in general. It's not even like specifically RuneScape related. So I think we'll always have new creators coming in doing great things like that. I just don't know how, like, where the line is drawn with this game in terms of like series. Well, I don't know what content's going to come up. I really don't. It's so hard to find. I think it's with current creators, the OGs. It's a bigger question of whether or not they're going to make it out of the RuneScape scene into somewhere else. Like Odablock has and could. I believe he was in the GTA scene for a bit. Ginger Beardy has got Rust. I think he was even on Rust before RuneScape, or vice versa. Jimmy is doing World of Warcraft stuff as well and other MMO stuff. Like it's very hard to say what's next for content creators, really, especially in RuneScape. I think it's just as long as we stay on trend and the game is alive, you'll always have people making content and making videos. Just don't let me catch you stealing my platform. I don't want to see people trying to make the guides I make on day release. Otherwise, I'm going to be fighting someone.
Okay. Trader Stan asks, well, first of all, he says this will be a dope cast. Question. I would love to get some insight into why you dump, I think he's saying dunk, on RS3 in some of your videos.
Oh, yeah.
Have you played it recently and just found that you didn't like it? Or are you basing your opinion on memes and early EOC? No hate for your opinion, just curious.
I have played RuneScape 3, but not for a while. I was doing a hardcore Ironman on RuneScape 3 about 2 years ago, I think. And like it's not bad. Like the game was fine. I couldn't find my way around half of it at first. There's obviously a lot to try and learn. The main reason you hear me dunking on it in Rune News is because when I first made Rune News like 2 years ago, I was like, if I'm doing old school RuneScape news, I've got to do RuneScape 3 news as well. And it was just like, all I would do is just say RuneScape 3 is fucking dog shit. And that was it. Every week, without fail, that was the update. And I still do it to this day, every week, the same fucking thing. Because people just found it funny. And like people come to my stream and just go, RuneScape 3 is dog shit. And it's like, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Or people go, what's the update this week for RuneScape 3? And I'm like, you just fucking wait for the video, right? Don't want to spoil it for anyone. So I try to like build a narrative. I'll be like, yeah, this week, old school RuneScape, we got the Defender of Varrock, and it's been an updated quest. It's not the same as RuneScape 3's version, but you know, you may have played it in the past. The reason they're bringing it to this game with a new change is because, well, they can't keep up to date with RuneScape 3 because it's fucking dog shit. And it's just like, that's the punchline. And it's been the same punchline for 2 years. And that's the only reason I do it, because it just fucking, that's it. Like,
yeah. No,
people in RuneScape, old school RuneScape, love calling RS3 dog shit.
I know. It's been that way for 11 years now. Just always saying that. Yeah. No. What's really funny is like, I have never even logged into RS3 ever.
Yeah.
And
like, a lot of people
I did just follow the bandwagon. I was just like, yeah, this game is fucking dog shit, because you just look at it and you're like, what did you do to this? Like, it's an abomination. But
so, that was shit. I don't remember it, but that was shit.
Never played it, but it's shit. Yeah.
Everyone just hates on it. Yeah.
No, and but I try to, be a little bit more like, okay, let me be a little bit more observant, see what's actually going on. But the thing is, I can't get past them just shoving microtransactions into that shit and making the whole thing a fucking pay-to-win experience. Like, and with all the drama that happened several months back or something with like creators leaving, or their biggest creators leaving the Twitch section to go to old school, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I wasn't like super in the know of like what was happening, but I saw a few tweets and I'm like, bro, what are these J-mods doing? Like, they're just literally like being the most arrogant
they kind of like
people.
Lied about an update they were doing. It was like some sort of battle pass that they were bringing out, and I believe it was super pay to win but they said like wasn't gonna be or something, and it was just like a lot of creators saw it and was like, this is fucking bullshit. Like you have to pretty much play non-stop, otherwise you're never going to achieve this goal unless you pay for it. It was kind of like it was a battle pass on fucking drugs, really. That
Jesus
was a lot of
Christ.
yeah. But from what I've heard, the RuneScape 3 experience is less about the grind that you get in old school RuneScape. It's less about building your character. It's literally about getting to end game and just bossing. And I've heard the end game
Mm,
combat is really fun and it's a really good experience, like bossing and raiding and doing all your dungeons.
I see.
And that's really the philosophy of the game. Everything else leading up to it is just fucking wait for double XP weekends and just fucking spread your legs and just grab as much as you can kind of
Okay. So
experience.
so fundamentally we're just jaded by the fact that like old school we see old school as a game that's about the grind, the journey,
Yeah,
it's just endless kind of push the boulder up the mountain. And RuneScape is the complete opposite. Like just fucking pass all
yeah,
that bullshit and get to the bossing, and
yeah.
that's the fun stuff.
Straight to the end game as quick as you can. Yeah,
Yeah, see, okay, okay, yeah. I mean, that's fair. That's just a completely different game. It shouldn't even have RuneScape in its title at that point. But that's fair. I think my biggest complaint. I know this question was directed toward you, but I'll just share my thoughts. Like, I just
hmm
fucking hate microtransactions. There's a reason I only play RuneScape. Like, there's a goddamn reason for that. It's because every goddamn game has become a sellout. It's just like this isn't even about the
yeah,
game anymore. Like, yeah, you can have fun and stuff, but ultimately just work a fucking minimum wage job and you just buy your way to whatever you would have grinded for, tens of hours getting here. Like it's just I don't know. I just hate how video games in general have just gone that way. I understand it. You make so much money, and like if I
oh
made
yeah,
my own
shit
video
tons.
game, I would probably just do the same thing. Like here, just funnel here's a bag of gems for 99.99. Buy this shit, guys. But
Yeah,
yeah, so
I think I would be okay with microtransactions provided it was purely cosmetic.
mm,
But I like how the old school team is doing cosmetics by playing leagues and Deadman and things like that. So that way, it's all about the gameplay that you play still. So it's all
mhm.
about how you do in leagues. If you play leagues, then you'll get the cosmetics rather than just buying it. And I think I prefer that even more. But like at the end of the day as well, it's like, would you prefer a battle pass or would you prefer like loot crates? Like would one of them be okay? Like loot crates, I think would be a fucking terrible idea. But like if there was a battle pass that was purely cosmetic and it had like some sense of achievement, you just paid to unlock the battle pass. You couldn't pay to boost it, and it kind of gave some sort of cosmetic incentives. I would be okay with.
Dude, if they
But
if they
again,
came out with anything that's like you're paying money, like obviously if it was something like Infernal Cape where you can get it in game, I'm imagining that's what you're saying. You could still
yeah,
get it in game, but you can also buy it.
yeah,
But if you could just buy it and it's like cosmetics only, like, you're gonna just be laughed at. Like you're
yeah,
gonna be
absolutely.
shut down like immediately. Like bro,
People
you
get laughed at
fucking
for buying it already, don't they? So
yeah, it's gonna be bad.
yeah,
I mean, we already like this ongoing meme for the past 11 years of credit card warriors. It's just we just call them out
yeah,
like you fucking pathetic. Like just buy
yeah.
your way to
I
that.
think you could if they could let you buy cosmetics,
Hmm.
but any player can go to the settings and turn them off so you can't see them, then you wouldn't even know if someone has cosmetics turned on. Then that pay experience would be there,
Mm.
like the microtransaction experience would be there. But if you don't ever want to see the microtransaction, like you don't want to see someone walking around with big fucking wings on their back, then you just turn it off. You never see any fucking cosmetics. You don't even know people are paying
That would just be I
microtransactions.
don't
And
even think there'd be a setting in the game. It'd just be a rune light setting. Just hide the
yeah,
shit.
just hide that
Yeah.
shit. I mean, just there's a real nice setting to just do shit like that to yourself. You can just like
Yeah.
change your gear. You can make it look like you're wearing Torva when you're really fucking not. Like
I think
if you really
so.
wanted to.
I'm against microtransactions pretty much entirely.
Mm.
I actually do respect the way they have added microtransactions through bonds. I think that's like
Yeah,
the greatest form of microtransactions you could possibly get because it just benefits both the sweaty nerd that just doesn't want to pay for any membership and they get free membership basically, and
yeah.
obviously
It's
it's
multi-purpose.
yeah, and it's a way because
Yeah,
like people are gonna buy go. This is the same thing Matt Kay talked about on his appearance on the cast. Just like people are gonna buy gold, like no matter what, they're gonna buy it, and
Mhm.
you may as well just have a legal way to do it where you're at least benefiting real players as well through them getting free
Yeah,
membership sort of. So it's kind of cool how that works out. Um, I play an Iron Man, and I've always been playing Iron Man. So like as long as I just don't touch this goddamn game mode, like pretty much
Yeah,
fine with stuff. But
absolutely.
and and like if they were really like hurting, like hey, like all right, we need to make more money. We got to find some way to make money. Like first of all, I don't think they're suffering in any regard because they're literally just keeping bots around. That's another topic, like the fucking bots.
Yeah,
Did you see that post by the way?
yeah,
Of
yeah. I talked
yeah.
about it.
Okay, I want to hear
The
your thoughts
bans
on
and
that.
stuff. Yeah,
But
no
let
worries.
me just finish this thought. It's like
Yeah,
they already are. It seems like just keeping bots around. Like it's clearly there's bad incentives. Like okay, we're making a we're making literal bank from keeping these bots around. So like why not just try to kind of make a good balance of it's not terribly affecting the game or the economy or the player perception, but we can still make a bunch of money from these and like ultimately and again like they probably see players as like the average Timmy, which is fair because that's the vast majority of the game. It's just the average Timmy and
yeah,
Jimmy. And they just don't want to pay for, they just want prices to be cheap. Their items, they want to just, as long as there's bot farms doing it, they get their supplies and resources for cheaper. And so like, oh yeah, great. Like I always hear that weird argument on Reddit. It's like, it's just like people are so upset. Like they want bots to be around because they have a more pleasant experience having supplies for cheaper. I'm like, oh my god, like
yeah.
this,
I mean,
it's
the
just
blowpipe's like 2 mil.
yeah, it just that
Like
makes
you
me
know.
it makes me sick because that actually is like probably the overwhelming consensus, and it's just like god damn it, like you guys are just literally I don't know. Anyway, so well, yeah, what are your thoughts though on the whole botting
I
thing?
think with bots.
And I guess give a little bit of a background for maybe those listeners that maybe don't know what we're talking about.
Well, there's what with the recent post that they just put
Yeah,
out.
yeah. So there was like some leaked sort of like post. I don't know if you can. Well, there was a
They
blog post of Jagex, but there was like it was in response to like some other leaked. But let me try to find it.
oh, that was the Valamore. That was a separate
No, no, no,
post.
no, no, no. There was the Varlamore Coliseum leaked. That was just fabricated, I believe. Some shit to like
Yeah.
price gouge the Spectral or something like that. But no, there was a post from like it was like from some JMod saying, "Hey, we're not banning all the bots," and
Oh, right.
yeah,
I remember seeing that. I think Modash said that that wasn't official.
yeah, no,
I
no,
could
it
be
wasn't.
wrong.
It wasn't. There was
Yeah,
no evidence for
people were
that.
just fabricating that, but
Mm,
they did put out a post regarding it because people were wondering. Like once the Woody update came in, right,
yeah.
with the new Woody bosses, everyone just like there was just bots fucking everywhere. Even when I went PKing, it was just every Calvarion world. As soon as you enter, the bot teleports away instantly. Like you couldn't get a toe block off or anything, and it was just like everywhere. The high scores. I think the top like 30 or 50 Calvarion players on the high scores were all bots, and it was pretty fucking out of hand, and everyone was just fucking pissed off about it. And I think that bots are actually like made a lot faster than Jagex can ban them. I think Sir Pugger did a video with like a Wintertodt bot where like he got a whole bot farm banned, and then like I think it was like the next day or not even that, like a couple hours later, like a bot farm twice as big was just there at Wintertodt. Like they just
Holy
come back,
shit.
like you cut one head off and two fucking grow back in its place. I don't know how, like because you used to be able to skip Tutorial Island, right?
Yeah.
If you spoke to Skippy, but they got rid of that because bot farms were just like sweet, we'll just make an account and just walk right into the game. So they had to get rid of Skippy because it was just like bots were just fucking everywhere. And I mean they still are today. I just like I feel like it's you'll never stop botting, right? You're never going to stop
Yeah, yeah.
cheating. It's an
Totally.
uphill battle. The best you can do is prevent it, or at least make it harder
Just
to be
endlessly
to
fighting
bot.
back against it. It's just
Yes.
yeah.
So I think Jagex is likely targeting higher priority areas that like higher end PVM. I don't think they're really targeting like wood cutting and mining farms because that doesn't really matter
Mm.
a whole lot compared to like thousands and thousands of KC just being bottled out of the gauntlet every day or being bottled out of the wilderness. I feel like that has a bigger impact on the game, and people see that a lot more. Like, you probably don't see a lot of mining farms because they're on free to play worlds in Varrock that no one fucking goes to, you know?
Hmm.
Um, but in terms of the Jagex making money, I don't think they make a whole lot of money from bot farms. I reckon I think that a lot of these bot farms have all the money muled on other accounts, and they will bot, make GP, and a lot of it they'll just reinvest it back into bonds to keep the bot farms alive. Like I don't think they're really paying much real money to keep these bot farms running in the game. It's just recycling their money into bonds, and then any excess they probably will trade off. But I think it's less about the money that it makes for Jagex and more just how simple it can make the game for other players. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can shut down a Zora bot farm, another one pops up, so you just keep it. You just try to keep it somewhat not completely shut down. You just try to keep on top of it so it doesn't get out of control. You just let
Yeah.
let them build up and then just knock them down again, just to keep a lid on it, more or
Yeah.
less.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah.
and it's a complex issue. It's easy to simplify it. I tend to simplify it, but it's just I don't know. I think the
I
thing
don't
that
think it affects. Sorry, you go. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
no, you're right. Like it doesn't really affect the average. It doesn't even affect me really. I think it's just
Hmm.
I think part of it is just seeing like I'll go and thieve crystal shards because I'm a goddamn Iron Man that has endless chores to do, and it's like I'll go
Yeah,
there and guaranteed. I mean, it's just a 100% chance when I show up, there's a bot there, like
yeah, yeah,
with 200 mil thieving,
yeah.
and then I'll
I
hop
mean, I go to
worlds. There'll be two
LMS.
bots. Yeah, LMS is
Yeah,
bad. Rev caves I've heard
LMS.
are just in shambles.
Yeah, I don't know how much of them are botting in rev case and how much are actually just like Vennies that
Mm,
don't speak.
I
I
see.
don't know. I've not been in there, but LMS, like, there's so many bots. But also, if there weren't that many bots, the game mode would be dead, and it would be hard to, well, not as active, and it would be harder to grind out the drops that people need. So, like, and I don't think there's bots. I mean, they're just buying like wilderness crab teleports and selling them, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
and those are items that are just going to get deleted as soon as they're bought. So I don't know how much like. So I don't mind that kind of botting, which is kind of, it should really be a case of either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. But I don't think a lot of people panic because they think botting is going to ruin the like high end items. Like people are like, oh, the TOA bots, the Shadow's going to crash. The Shadow's 1.5 fucking bill. Like people are botting TOA. They've been botting it since like week one of the release.
Mm.
The prices only crash when people find out about the bot farm and then panic sell. People found out about a top bot farm. Everyone was like, the site's going to crash. The site's like 1.2 bill now. Still,
Yeah.
like it's. I don't think bots affect big ticket items as much as players think. The BOFA, like what if I go price, and what is it? Enhanced weapon seed. It's still. Oh, I don't fucking know. I can't see it.
It looks
It's
like it's
still like 100 mil, right?
117. Yeah, like
Yeah,
117 mil looks like.
like it's and the gauntlet is botted all the fucking time, right? Like it
Yep.
is botted fucking heavily. I don't think big ticket items are that big of a problem with bot farms, and people probably could panic less about that.
Yeah.
Um, the price of items, if you're worried about that sort of stuff, it's all about opinion. It's all about the opinion of the game and what content creators or what Jagex posts at the time will literally determine how the market fluctuates far more than botting ever will. I think like botting just looks messy. It just looks annoying,
Yeah,
and
that's my
it
biggest
just
problem
yeah,
with it because I'm an
it's
Iron Man.
just an ugly look. Yeah,
It's awful. I go to a place to go slay and I just see like three bots near me. You
yeah,
can't talk to them. They're just wearing some dog shit. They're just acting like bots, and it's just like, God
yeah.
damn it! Like
Shit names. Yeah,
yeah, I hate seeing
yeah,
this. It's just such
yeah,
a tainted view of what's happening.
yeah.
Yeah, I hate it.
I just don't think it actually like.
Yeah,
I don't think
economy
it's
wise, it doesn't.
yeah,
I feel like that's the thing that people focus on most is like how is botting affecting the economy, and that's just not what I focus on. I look at the state of the game. I just look at there's just bots and they hop worlds instantaneously whenever you fucking show
yeah.
up, and it just looks bad. It's just like
You go to
damn it.
Camelot and they're all teleporting around, and it's just like, oh, that's fucked. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just they're just fucking they're just like pests more than anything.
Yeah, it's literally just rats everywhere. Just
That's
like,
it.
okay, they'll
Yeah,
scurry away as soon as you show up, and it's like, okay,
that's
that's
it.
yeah, but it's infested. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's just gross. Okay, um, yeah. So that I guess just well, we would definitely went on some different rambles and different paths right there, but yeah, the RS3, yeah, it is dog shit. just to wrap up.
There you go. That's it. OSRS is dog shit.
Oh my god. Okay. You know, you know what's funny? So
Hmm.
I'm actually banned. This had to have been like 7 years ago. I got banned in the RuneScape Twitch live stream.
Like
And
the old school RuneScape one?
no, the RuneScape. This is before
Oh,
they
the Runes.
split. This is before they split. It was
Okay.
always just RuneScape, and then they split to old school. And I'm not. I'm fine in there. But I think I said something like RS3 Dan's game, like the little guy that looks like disgusted emote.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I typed that, and I think I typed it like 3 times or something within a matter of like 10 minutes, and just perm
Yeah.
banned.
It's like, this guy's just here to talk shit. Get him out of here. Fuck him.
And I'm still perm banned to this day, and I'm like, oh god, like
That's
I should.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Um, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Chick asks, just in time for more drama. What's been your top few wildest RS community moments? If that makes sense.
I would assume in terms of like what I've seen from the community and the drama. I
Yeah.
mean, depends how you define wild. I think the Defy J stuff is pretty fucking wild to me. Like
Yep.
that is
Yep.
just fucking. It is up there
It's
with
crazy because I literally asked you to come on the cast before any of this happened. Like this is just
yeah.
it's
It
just
was just like,
happening.
oh shit, yeah. Like it's just. Uh I think the mod Trident and Stella thing was pretty fucking. That was pretty full on. Like if you think about it, the longer ago it feels, the more like holy shit, that was actually like Odablock was fucking going in. Like he orchestrated this whole system to catch out Mod Trident, and then Stella was going live during the drama, had it on sub only mode, so people were subscribing to her to tell her to like fucking off herself and abuse her, and were like sending bits abusing her. She was just raking in bank while people were just trying to harass her, and I'm just like, you guys are fucking retarded. Like, what are you doing? Like, you are spending money on someone you hate for like stealing money from people to harass her. Like, this is like, what the
Well,
fuck are
yeah.
you doing? Like, it just it feels like a lot of RuneScape players and in this community like just have a shit ton of money and are like 80 IQ. They just want to sit there and just fucking. It was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
It was
it,
it was all for the content, man. It was all for
that's
it
it.
didn't matter where the
That's
money
it.
was going. Just don't think about it too
That's
much.
that's it. I don't expect any less as well. I just remember watching the Stella stream, 700 viewers, sub only mode, and she'll take it off sub only mode for a minute so followers could chat,
Yeah.
and it would just be fucking just insane amounts of spam. Back to sub only mode, and it was
Oh
just
my
like
god.
gift subs, bits, KYS. It's just like you gotta be fucking shitting me, man.
So bad.
Like
So bad.
people are just going fucking off, man.
That definitely was some. That was drama. I didn't even really like. I didn't even try to invest much energy into thinking about it because it was just so much going on, and I
Yeah,
didn't care that much. Like I feel like when things get, I don't know, but definitely was probably some of the biggest drama that had happened. You know what we need? I need to like almost pull up those like Reddit drama calendars and like see because
yeah.
if we just had a massive list of everything that had happened, I wonder if somebody could make like a full on like 10-year. Well, I don't think it started 10 years ago, but whenever those calendars started, I want to see like an overall graphic of everything that had happened.
Yeah, I'm sure people could do that. There was one for last year, and I kind of did a video at the end of the year, 2023 in December.
I think I see. I
It,
think I saw that actually.
it's
That
kind of like
sounds
a
familiar.
victory lap
Yeah.
of me just kind of like talking about the drama and just kind of like just being a complete asshole for like 10 minutes straight.
Oh
This
my god.
happened. I fucking told you where this was great. I fucking dunked on this guy. This was awesome. And it was just like,
So
and I
dumb.
didn't think about it until someone in my chat was like, I love how you just posted like a victory lap of this year's drama. I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what it was. It was nothing but just me blowing up my own fucking ego about it. And it was just like, it was a good year for it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No. Straight
I
up.
changed the title to Victory Lap because it was just like, it made perfect sense. It's just, yeah, I think anytime there's drama involving J mods, it's always very, very spicy and very controversial because it never seems to be super dull. Like with Mod Jed, they were like stealing money and like he was just banning accounts with 2-letter names so people from like Rot could have them. Shit like that. Like that is just a massive, massive breach of trust
Yep.
for the community. And then when Mod Trident and that stuff happened, like it didn't really matter what Mod Trident was doing at that point. It was just he did one thing wrong. Fuck him and fuck everyone else. I believe, from what I understand, that his bannings, he wasn't actually false banning people. He was banning people who did break the rules. The problem was is that there was evidence of it being when Stella said so. Stella said check this person, like it's not her job to say that. And then there was also the issue that was with Odablock, that he got a permanent ban for something no one's ever been perm banned for, and it was a first offense. It should have been 2 weeks. So that was like a clear abuse of power.
Yeah.
And it was very unethical. And that was like the major part. But that was kind of overlooked. And it was just like, nah, he's corrupt JMod. He's just fucking banning people for no reason. So it was just like, it didn't matter because he was doing it at her request. So there was like, it just became the worst of the worst in his situation. But it's always very fucking, if a JMod is involved, it just fucking, it sucks for the community as a whole, in terms of like Jagex and stuff. Everyone just fucking throws them under the bus immediately.
Does Stella
But
still
it is,
stream?
yeah. I believe she does, yes. It's like, she's not even hitting like 100 viewers anymore. I don't even think she pushes 50 these days, if I remember correctly. I have seen her live.
She played RuneScape?
She's still deathmatching. Still all that, the same shit. Like, you know, these cunts, they're
Never
still
ends.
fucking
Never
like
ends.
real trading. Yeah, it doesn't end. Like, of course not, because they just make new accounts. Like, you just it's
so bad.
like you can't be any more fucking obvious. At the end of the day, like you're not getting banned, you're making money. Fucking, I don't really care if you deathmatch, but like, don't try to fucking act like you're not just doing it blatantly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, crazy. It's so interesting. Like there seems to just be like the like sort of this separation in the community of like just the degenerate streamers, at least when I see on Twitch, like the degenerates that are like staking and real world trading and all this other shit, and then there's just the normal people that just play the game like normal, and it's just it's interesting.
Two completely different fields. The viewers and the chatters are completely different. I get fucking like, I think this is the first week in like well over 2 or 3 months that I haven't had someone come to my stream, like essentially just hate watching over the whole like BTCs drama that I had like back in November. Like I would have people from his stream come to my stream, or even him come to my stream, and just sit there just hurling garbage at me in the chat. And like my viewers just take these cunts for a ride. Hey, they just sit there fucking winding them up, just absolutely just pummeling these people. And they're just sitting there just like, you don't know what you've got coming to you. You're going to take your son to school one day and a sedan's going to snatch you up, and
Jesus.
You got to be careful. I know people. I'm like, who the fuck? Like, do you think I give a... You don't know where the fuck I live, man. I'm not fucking scared of you. What do you mean you know people? Fucking shut the fuck up, man. Like, people were just... I was doing like Desert Treasure 2 last week, and some guy spent the entire Whisperer phase like trying to arc up at me and like start a fight with me. I'm like, what are you fucking doing, dude? Like, go back and watch your fucking... Go watch your deathmatching streams. I don't care. It's so fucking like... It's entertaining, but it's just fucking... It's pathetic, man. It's what I expect. I expect no fucking less. That's what I was like, it's really hard to be cancelled. And I think you can always have an audience provided you keep making content and that you're not a predator or a child molester. You should be pretty much fine. Like, people just watch you, man. And like, even if you like, you could say you don't like when people are racist or homophobic. Absolutely. But we know that there are people out there that want that audience. They want that. They want somewhere to stream where they can just say the outrageous, dumb shit that they do, because they do it anyway on Twitter. You go on Twitter, you just see it everywhere, don't you? Like, there's no... Some people just have no fucking filter.
Yep.
That was one thing people were concerned with Kick, which was like, you go to Kick and then there's no filter and people start like going full degen mode and absolutely just let it go. They just go wild in the chats, and I was worried that that was something people would be concerned with on Twitch. I don't know what how bad it is now. I think they've put a lot more restrictions in place on their platform to stop people just being like going to girl streams and just like saying some outrageous things to them.
Oh yeah,
So
no, it's
yeah,
a shit show over there. Yeah,
yeah,
they have. I
so
mean,
bad.
that's the thing. As much as you would want something like pure freedom of speech and just be the most degenerate person fucking ever, like you gotta have limits. Like
Well,
it's
yeah, because like
yeah,
you, as a creator, I think a lot of people don't like how Twitch has like that censorship barrier that you kind of don't you know it's there, you just don't know where the line is,
mm,
so you don't know what you can and can't say.
yeah,
But I think the fact that it's there is also kind of a good thing
it
because
is.
it's uncomfortable when you're streaming or you're in a stream and there's someone just blurting off random racist shit, and it's just like, dude, we just want to play RuneScape. Like
Yep,
I get that you want to be able to say whatever you want and just be this this
vermin.
annoying little rat cunt,
Yeah,
but it's just uncomfortable a lot of the time. And I'm just like, people try to do it in my stream chat, and I'm like, dude, just shut up. Like,
yeah. No,
it's not
it's
that I don't want you to say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want, but also read the fucking room. Like,
yeah,
we're just here. We're just chilling. You know.
yeah. And
It's
I'm
just yeah.
like I've been streaming for over 5 years now, and it's like I just
Mm.
want a place where I can just chill with the fucking boys, just hang
Yep.
out, have a good time, have a positive interaction with my community, and not have to deal with just full on degeneracy. Like it's just
Yep.
not. I mean, if you want that, yeah, there's platforms for that, but it's just like, god damn, like you need the moderation, you need some
You
limits
do.
to
Yeah.
these
You
things.
need some sort of guidelines.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Fergo asks, why did he abandon the GIM team?
I didn't abandon the game team. Okay, it's still there. I'm still in the team. It's like we started the game team on like day one of game, and like we got to the end game. We've like progressed so fucking far as this prestige 5-man team. Um, but like it gets to a point where people want it. Like when the Wilderness update came out and PKing kind of got a lot more popular. One of the boys took on PKing a lot more and started playing another account. One of the other guys started the job, so he was on a little less. I started a hardcore Iron Man, and one of the other guys went back to his other Iron Man. So people just kind of branched away. We still have the team, we
Mm.
just don't really play it as a team anymore. I feel like that's just kind of is
It
inevitable
is inevitable. You
with that
literally have to
content.
be like on the threshold of like farmers status, where it's like
Yeah,
you guys have been in the community for a decade and you ain't going
yeah.
anywhere, and you're all profiting off of this nice like little
It
group.
was
Yeah.
really good. Like we had a really good run, and we still have the team. It's still prestige. We don't have a shadow, but we've got at least a Tebow and a Scythe, and we've pushed everything that we can. Where we're at the point where we all have to be on at the same time if we want to go further with our drops. Like there's no way we're getting Grandmaster because we don't have the gear, and we have to all be on at the same time
Mm-hmm.
um, to push for that. And it's a long grind. It's a lot easier to have a normal Iron Man, which is why I've enjoyed having my own Iron Man now because the game was my first Iron Man experience. Being able to play with more than just the team has been better for just like the flexibility of an Iron Man at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Game was fun, but and I'll still play it eventually, but I just log in every so often so that the leadership doesn't go to go to Will on our team. That's all. So we just make sure he doesn't get the leadership. That's about it at the moment.
So what do you do when you log into RuneScape right now? Like usually,
Um,
like what's like the go-to?
I I load up the hardcore, and well, currently I'm just trying to make money, so running rooftops and alking,
Mm.
and I load up my normal iron, and if I should really be doing Slayer. Like I'm 92 Slayer, so I really need to go and get an occult, like push to 93 and 95 or whatever. Um, but honestly, I've been logging in like wood cutting and farm running lately, unless I'm streaming, just because I need to get 90 wood cutting for a master clue, and I need to make sure I keep up on my herbs. You know, the Iron Man life. Make sure the
Yep.
kingdom's fucking still running. Otherwise, I'm just like, I mean, right now I'm at Wintertodt just because I needed something to do that wasn't wood cutting because I was getting fucking sick of it. I've been doing it for the past 2 weeks. But I'm just kind of, I do everything that's boring off stream so that when I'm on stream, I can kind of just raid, boss, slayer, chill.
Yep, yep.
Because I don't want to be cutting trees on stream. So I just try to do that when I'm not live. Just do as much boring and tedious AFK shit as possible.
What are your thoughts on sailing coming? I don't know when that's coming out. Either like super late this year, or I would imagine probably next year. If I had to guess, it'd probably be like summer 2025, but I have no idea.
I think we'd get a beta this year, some sort of small beta for like just the game loop or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think, personally, I think the latest post they did at the Winter Summit, I think that was more or less like a step back in the progress of sailing. It kind of it looked better before that. I just I think it might have been just the way that the video was presented. It kind of felt a bit. It just didn't look as exciting. I think, but it's really hard to do that. Like it's really hard to make a concept look good and then bring it to life. So, shit. I think.
I feel like they really should like pay, like really take advantage of trying to make things look shinier. Because I swear to God, yeah, they literally use the worst visuals, the worst shit.
You
That
can
just
tell
like
they're
okay,
using
this looks
the
painful.
very base client without like a GPU plugin,
Yeah,
so it just looks choppy.
It's pathetic. Like they need to step that up and not just go full Blender mode where it's just unrecognizable. Like just do something to make us really hyped about this. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm still going to look at it with an open mind, and I'll absolutely go in with the best intentions possible. But I like that's the majority of the community is not going to do that, right? That you've already had your mind made up for most people. Like a lot of people either already hate it or already love it, and it's going to be hard to change their mind. I think everyone should give it a fair look, and the beta you should like. If you don't like it, you really should state what you don't like, rather than I just don't want sailing. Like if there's something you genuinely don't like about it, that feedback can actually make or break the skill if enough people identify it and talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for them to give us another update and some sort of playtest beta that we can hopefully access, and then just kind of build my not assumptions, but build my my stance on it from there, and just kind of take it as it comes, because it's hard to say. Like you could say sailing is shit right now, but it could be the exact same skill, but it could just be like Indonesian basket weaving, and the core is the exact same. Just instead of a boat, it's a sweatshop. Like there's no difference. But then is it then not garbage now because it's not sailing? Like what? Like is it the skin, the idea of sailing that shit, or is it the content of sailing itself that shit?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm like honestly, the thing I get excited about with sailing is just like jumping on a fucking boat with the boys and just seeing what the hell happens. Like that like I think the overall concept of owning a fucking ship in RuneScape is actually badass as hell. And I think that's the thing that kind of keeps me like excited about the whole thing. Like okay, like and I'm hoping at least for Iron Man, like I know group Iron Man obviously are going to probably maybe they're going to have some prestige system, but I would really hope that Iron Man can be on other people's boats and you can have other people on your boats. I really hope that's something.
I think if they can make some really good group gameplay out of it and the content is really enjoyable and you just kind of fucking if it's fun on release, it should be successful. If it's shit on release,
it's
likely going to be shit no matter what, even if they fix it. Like
and first impressions mean so much. So
absolutely,
I mean, even I mean, we've already had our first impression. A lot of people have already kind of made up their mind, and the graphics that they show, the little previews look like dog shit. Just fully honest, but ultimately, I think the beta, when we start kind of messing around, that's going to be the real first impression. And like, I feel like it's not a great place to have your first impression because it is a beta, but like, I don't know. We'll see.
I would rather them do this than just dump it on us and be like, here's a new skill. Best of luck. Like they need to get the movement down right. If they don't, it's going to be a fucking shit show.
Totally. God damn. And then the Coliseum's coming out next month, and who knows? I mean, obviously there was that leak that came out that was just completely fabricated.
A bunch of people got banned for that, as well.
Yeah,
Reading this
and
news
people that were
post.
innocent as well got banned.
Yeah, people just bought the Spectral Shield out of speculation, saw it go up, so they banned, and people apparently were like, "What the fuck?" Like, I didn't even see the leak. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Like
let me
they,
try to find that post. Actually, I can just look up. I think it was Saxapillar that had a little post. Okay, so like the I'm just gonna show this on my end.
yep,
So it shows this fabricated message, and it's No Monkey, Mod Sarny, and Saxapillar
yep,
in a call, and it's just so No Monkey says, "Yo Sarny, any other Coliseum sneak peeks you got? Tongue out
yep.
face." And then Mod Sarny replies, "I made a sneak peek earlier. Would you like to see?" And then No Monkey says, "I'm so excited to play it, lol." And then Mod Sarny just posts this fucking like GIF apparently of just and Mod Sarny says, "Don't spread it around. I might get in trouble." Tongue out face again. And
I
then,
think I've seen that. Yeah,
here, let me actually link it to you so you can
yeah,
see it as well. And I'll just continue because it goes into another thread real quick. And then
yep.
No Monkey says, "Spectral and purple sweets look so necessary, LMAO." Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
And,
he's got me fucking blocked.
oh,
Fuck.
God damn it. And
I
then,
can see the image from the thumbnail though.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then Saxapillar says, "What do you mean by this? It's probably that the monsters will maybe make you possibly pray a prayer to potentially roll damage on them." I'm thinking, yeah, it makes it seem not scripted. Like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of bot talk is this? It just sounds like everyone's just talking in like robot mode. And then Mod
Yeah.
Sarny says, "A lot of monsters in the Coliseum will attack your prayer level directly, so avoiding hits is very important to keep your prayer from draining too fast." And then No Monkey replies, "Will the spectral shield effect work for that?" And Mod Sarny says, "Yes." And then there's another graphic of just the spectral skyrocketing in
Yeah.
price.
It's absolutely fucking going up.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
hell.
And it was just fully fabricated. I feel like at first
Yeah.
glance, you're going to just not even really read the conversation. You're just going to be like, "Oh god, like spectral shit, like panic buy." Actually, let me see what the price is right now because it's got to have dropped. Yeah, it dropped. Because I think I checked yesterday when somebody mentioned it. I didn't really know the full details of it, but it was like definitely above 60,
Oh fucking hell.
63
Yeah,
or 65 mil.
it was yeah, it went from 49 mil up to 80 mil and then
Whew.
instantly dropped to 56 mil.
Jesus.
Fucking hell. That's over a period of what, like 4 hours?
That's
Fucking
crazy.
that's what I was saying earlier, dude. It's all about opinion of the game. Like if a creator says something or if Jagex says something, the price of items will just fucking change.
Yep.
Like fluctuate. Like that's a perfect example. Like something gets posted, people just want to make money fast, just bam, 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 and then just Jagex. Yeah, people are getting banned for this shit. Instantly drops down. Wasn't me. I didn't do it. That's just fucking yeah.
Yeah, and then there was also like I guess the actual clip that was being like brought around that
Yes.
made it look like leaked footage and everything. And
Yeah, I watched that on stream yesterday.
yeah,
Turns out that was all faked, right? That's what
I think
Jagex has claimed
so.
that it was.
I'm guessing, yeah. Or
Yeah,
maybe
they
it's
said the
not fully
videos
faked, but maybe it was like these are assets that were in our cache
yeah,
and something.
yeah, that's what they're saying. That it's that they were cobbled together for the purpose of a market manipulation, namely for the spectral spirit shield. The encounters you may have seen are nowhere near representative of real gameplay.
Hmm.
Other false leaks, also fake commentary from a JMod and some content creators. So, um, does that mean because apparently some content creators have been banned, and I think a JMod was even where did I read that? I think a JMod may have even been disciplined for this.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I'm not sure on all
yeah,
that. What do you know any details?
no, I feel like I read it somewhere. Just going through this now. We've banned a number of individuals responsible for the market manipulation, and we will continue to monitor the situation. I swear to God, they had something in here about a JMod. I don't know if they've changed this post,
Hmm.
but if people have been banned for it at least, I wonder.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like I'm scrolling right now. I thought I found something of people getting okay, well, here. So
Yep.
this is a post from Rendy. I don't know what this is about to say, so I'm just gonna go on it. Pretty sure you or one of your multi-logger friends on. So he's saying, "Yo, Blade.
Yes.
By the way, pretty sure one of you or your multi-logger
Yep.
friends on your own had more than this many accounts unbanned, which were false flagged and quashed this year. So isn't this a straight up lie?" And the post says, "If you're active on social media, you're likely encountered players asking for their bans to be reviewed, stating that they were falsely applied. We want to reiterate that not everything you see on social media is fact. We thoroughly review bans before they're applied, and in almost all cases, these false bans are in fact applied correctly with the appropriate." Support evidence to back up the claim. So, oh wait, is this even relevant?
Yeah. That's not relevant to Valimor. That's
Oh shit,
relevant to
yeah.
the
I realized like halfway through reading that, I'm like, this is
yeah,
this
the
is about
post
just false
earlier.
bans.
Yeah, Jagex put out a post basically saying it is basically just if you got false banned, you did something wrong, like sit. And yeah, then I saw Rendy's tweet being like the numbers that they just gave us can't be right because someone already like one person alone has had more bans quashed than the number they just fucking gave us. So I don't know. I haven't looked into it since then, but
Yeah, here for
yeah,
those on YouTube's end, here's the actual like Pink Clay leaked or showed the actual video of like what's happening here
yeah,
with the Coliseum. It's like what there's like tents moving around and stuff.
yeah. It looks like that. Like back when Roman times, they would all put their shields around like that. I think they call it the
Oh,
turtle. So then the
oh, those are
arrows, when
those are
people fire arrows,
shields.
doesn't fuck them in the head. So it looks
I
like
see.
that's some sort of inferno pillar that moves around rather than gets
That's
damaged. Maybe
so
I don't know. That's what it
interesting.
looks like at least. But
Okay.
and then just this big Akka on steroids looking guy
Yeah.
fucking you with a shield.
Some guy 9 hours ago, spectral to the
Yeah.
moon. Yeah.
Yep. I'm a big fan of seeing 20s through prayer. That's riveting gameplay. Thank you, Jagex.
Yeah.
I fucking spat the dummy last night at TOA. Hey, I fucking just like I just fucking do not enjoy that raid with a passion. I was doing a 300 because I just got a fang on my Iron Man, and
Mm-hmm.
like I fucked up in the Kefri room where like I accidentally had a line of shit at the bottom of the room.
Yeah.
So I was like trapped from hitting the ranger, the
Yeah.
major
Yeah.
effectively, and then I ended up getting blasted by the mage attack. And it's just like I feel like Jagex took the idea that taking a lot of damage means that it's difficult content and just slammed it into TOA. And I just fucking I just was screaming on fucking stream, and someone's just like, "Take a breath, man. Calm down. Fucking do not tell me to fucking calm down, cunt. Like fuck you." Timed
Bro,
him out, and he comes back and he's like, "You didn't have to get mad at me." It's like fuck off. Just fucking time him out again.
dude, I am so blessed to have finished that raid relatively
Yes,
early.
man. I was just
Like
like, get the green log and get the fuck out, man. Like,
literally. I'm
oh
so
my
dude,
god,
I pulled a shadow probably like a month and a half into that raid. And it was like
that's so
it was
good.
like 5 in the morning. It was just I sent one raid at 5 in the morning like offline. And I was just like I'm just gonna fucking do this. Like I hate this, but I'm gonna do it. Pull a shadow. I'm like oh my god. Like
Yeah,
thank God,
that
dude.
is such a game changer, man.
On leagues, this guy named Barrows Bob
Yep.
went 124 purples for his shadow on leagues.
Ew.
Bro,
That's
it took him beyond
fucked, man.
Christmas. So like from the beginning of leagues, it took him till beyond Christmas to finally start playing leagues. You know, like
I would have fucking quit, dude.
oh
Fuck that.
yeah, just
I
what like
did quit, man.
dude.
Like I was I think I had about as a team we did
Hmm.
Tob on leagues and we went like 20 plus KC no purple on leagues on normal Tob. There was just no fucking purples at all. I just genuinely quit. We could have done hard modes, but we didn't have a scythe.
Yeah,
So it was, and I just like, yeah, I'm not doing leagues. Fuck that.
yeah. I can't ever really do leagues. It's really painful for me to do it because I start playing and then I just overthink it. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, why
Yeah,
exactly am I spending 12 hours today grinding this shit? Like, I just it instantly gets in my head. I'm like, this is such a waste of time. Like, RuneScape's a waste of time, but like, this is like a waste of time upon a waste of time. It's like this is.
yeah. I just get the points I want for the cosmetics and get out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Essentially, man.
I couldn't even be asked to do that. Like, I love the bulwark kit. I think that would have been a really cool thing, and the like ornament kit or the ornament pool kit. That would have been cool.
The Honor pool, I think, is a bit underwhelming. I think,
Mm,
sorry, my fucking throat's dying.
you're good.
I think, The pool looks good. Excuse me. The flames are shit. The fire in the pool looks dog shit. They really could have done a better job of that.
I wish the bulwark shield was a little bit darker. Would have been.
Yeah, I've got it. I just don't have a bulwark to put it on yet.
Ah, I
So
see.
I've been holding on to it. I've done 210 chambers on my Iron Man. I have 1 Dragon Hunter crossbow and 2 Elder Moles. I hate my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that's relevant? I guess we can kind of probably wrap things up. I feel like we've covered all the juicy shit that I really wanted to have you back on the cast for. Like, are you like excited about are you excited about the rest of this year in regards to content coming out? Varlamore. I'm trying to think what else. I guess the tier. What is
The
that?
Wild Gothic
Wild
Sleeps.
Gothic Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never done that quest, but I've heard very good things about it. And I'm looking forward to going into it blind and just kind of being like, go live and just do the quest on release. I'm very excited for this year because just when new content comes out like that, it is really good for my channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good for me. It's really good for the community. I think it's just like Jagex making these announcements helps me plan what I want to do in the next few months as well, and helps me kind of project where I want to have my channel,
Mm-hmm.
and where like it's going to be what we're going to be streaming and what I need to kind of prepare for. So yeah, I'm really keen. I'm looking forward to Valamore. I'm looking forward to kind of pretty much the release. Go check it out, have a walk around, and then kind of just gear up and go to the Coliseum and just see how day one goes, because that's going to be that's really the question now. Is it going to be any good?
Yep. Is it going to compete with
That's
Inferno as well?
that's
Like
it.
as the new
Yeah.
sort of high end content?
Are people going? Yeah. Is it going to be just worth it? Worth the
Yeah.
wait? And there's a lot of pressure on Jagex for that. And I think it helps to not have your expectations too high. But
Yeah. Mine aren't that high
that's
either.
yeah.
I feel like
People
most
are going to
people's
have them
aren't
high, I
super
think.
high either. At least the people
Yeah,
I've
I think
talked to.
after TOA release, people are probably just expecting like it's best to not expect the absolute fucking best.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I know that Jagex can pull something off.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
I mean, look at the way they did like Vardavis and Leviathan. I think they did a good job of those boss fights. Fucking annoying, but
No, they
the
nailed it.
boss
Yeah.
fights, like they did a really good job of them for sure.
They really did. And they came out with the Awakened instantaneously. And the Awakens are like
Yeah,
some of the best, most engaging, like super high intensity content that's fair. It's crazy how
yeah,
fair it is.
yeah.
So
I think they've proven that they can still do it, and I think there's a lot. There's a lot to expect. Like you can never really tell what the J mods are going to do. Like no one saw the Vardafist fight coming, where you had to like push click the red blobs on the screen.
mm-hmm.
So simple. No one would have thought that was going to happen. Like that's not something people would have thought of. So I think the J mods have a really good imagination. They have a really good skill set for developing this game, and I think that we're in good hands with content, and I'm looking forward to this year for sure.
I agree. Well, King Condor, I wishing you the best of luck with your future endeavors, content creation wise, and I
I
hope that
appreciate that very much.
this is a great year. Hopefully, and when you,
Thank
I mean,
you.
you're pushing close to 100K YouTube subscribers. When are you hoping to get that? It feels
I
like
would like to try hit it by the end of this year. I reckon, if not by the end of the year, I should be pretty close. Like I
yeah.
should be well over 95K by the time I hit December. But it really depends how I play the Valamore and Gothic Sleeps releases.
Mm.
They can really do big. Um, yeah, I'm really trying to push for 100K by the end of the year. It's never really been a goal of mine to push that hard,
Yep.
but I thought,
You're
fuck it,
getting
it looks
close.
achievable. Yeah, why not? Let's just fucking bite the pillow and send it.
Okay, well, guys listening, down in the description, I'll have King Condor's links, his YouTube, his Twitter. What else do you have? Any other links you want provided?
Now the YouTube, the Twitter's fine. That's
Okay,
really, yeah, the best place to find me and
cool. Go drop him a
check it out.
follow, everybody. And also, King Condor, I guess we'll kind of wrap things up with a few shout outs if you have any. And yeah, do you have any?
Yeah. I appreciate you having me on, man. A shout out to you, especially just reaching out, and someone just died at Winter Todd. um, yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on here twice now, like in pretty quick succession as well. Like it was only like 4 months ago or something.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate the just the platform, the exposure, and the opportunity to have me on here and kind of have people listen to what I have to say. And just shout out to I think just everyone in general, like in the YouTube space, especially for my viewers and creators that help support me and that support the community and do things for the community, because I think everyone's just doing a good job. Well, as of like maybe not a couple of people, but I think everyone, I think everyone else is doing good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how big or small you are. Just remember that you do have the right to just speak out, use your platform, grow your brand. Don't rely on other people to do it for you, and don't let people bully you into not making the content you want to make as well. Like if someone says they can cancel you, no, they fucking can't. So don't feel pressured, and just yeah,
Cool,
that was a kind
cool.
of wholesome ass message.
Wise words.
You'll never hear something like that again. Trust me, not from me.
All right, guys. Well, King Condor, you're live most days, right, on YouTube?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. You guys can go check him there. If you guys want to support the podcast, down in the description, there's a Patreon link and a YouTube membership link where you can subscribe. 3 different tiers starting at $2. You get your name on the title screen. And thanks again, King Condor, for your time tonight. This is awesome.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. It's
All right.
fucking awesome.
All right, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you.